tracking number, and it's probably going to be about 3 weeks before I get my money back. Boy, I'll tell you what, that was that was something else.
Hey, Art?
Yeah.
I bought a handheld, and I think I bought it off of Amazon, and I couldn't get it programmed, and there was a problem with just the cable, and so they basically didn't want it back. So I got this handheld with no way of programming it, so I found another handheld just like it. I think it's a TYT. And I bought the other handheld, and I'm trying to remember how this all worked, because I ended up figuring out how to program the first one, and so the second one I just sent back. And so I ended up getting a free handheld, and I tried to get a hold of the company to pay them for the first one, but no, they said that they didn't really have a way to do that, and I got a free handheld. So it works both ways. Most of the times the stuff works. It depends how much you had invested, but yeah, got a $100 handheld for nothing. That was pretty good. WB8VOW.
Yeah, Rusty, that's not bad at all. Yeah. Anyway, I went online. I found a AA54 rig expert from Ukraine, and it just had a little crack in the outer plastic there. Probably an inch long in the top left corner. You could see the screen just fine. The crack wasn't over the screen, and the guy reduced the price. So I got it for, usually those things will cost you about $300 to $400, and I got this one for $150. So I figure I did all right because it works perfect.
Oh, that's great. That is great. So good, it all worked out, and yeah, I think you'll eventually get your money credited back to you. And, you know, once you get done with that slow boat to China. Hey, I got a question for you, SOB. No, I'm just curious. I was looking at NetLogger, and I saw YouTube. I saw Neil had a YouTube amateur net going or something. What was that all about? Oh, you were listed as one of the participants, so go figure.
Kilo 8 Delta X-ray Juliet.
Yeah, hello, and hello, Dora.
Well, hello there, Jeff, and everybody else that's on there.
Hey, good evening, Sean.
Happy Thursday. Oh, good for you, brother.
Long weekend. Cool. I always like those.
you came in, you were loud, brother. I know, go big or go home.
Right on.
I'm home. Hey, I'm old. That's my excuse.
It is.
Toot toot.
K9EES.
Toot toot. K9JJM.
Well, I don't think this band is in any better shape than it was yesterday.
If Jeff is tooting, I guess I'm glad I'm over here. Oh, wouldn't you know it, number 2 on the list, and I'm in and out tonight. Daggone it. No, I bequeath my wingmanship to none other than JJM.
I think all the cool kids are here. Good to hear everybody. NAXUY.
Yeah, good to hear you.
52 Foxtrot Sierra. 89 HAV.
The station of the year from 2020.
Hello, everybody. Hi, Sean.
Norm is on the scene. Hi, Tasman.
Hey, Taz, is your amp working?
What's that?
Is your amplifier working?
Yes, it is. Meters are showing 600 watts out.
It's the
I don't know
band.
why. I can hear everybody really well, but Taz, you're about 20 dB down from what you usually are. I hear Sam, so yeah, it's weird.
Give him a few minutes. He'll be all right.
I think it's you. Yeah, we're on the Wyndham inverted V, 600 watts out here, solid.
Hey, Taz, it'll come up in a little bit. I've seen this happen a lot.
Operator error.
Uh-oh.
Uh-oh.
It's that swampland he lives in, sucking all his signal back.
Hey, Triple Nickel, how you doing?
I can't complain. I'm above the grass.
Yeah, it's good to be on this side of the dirt.
Yeah, I'm going to take Lady Di out for her birthday, and then as a special treat this weekend, she's leaving me.
On a jet plane?
No, she's going to drive across that fair state of Indiana and go see what kind of house my daughter bought. Long car rides are not my friend quite yet with the pinched nerve, so I'm gonna stay home and behave myself.
Painkillers.
Does this sound any better?
Oh yeah, there you are.
Operator error.
Well, I looked at the dial he has, and I'm thinking, that's not where it belongs. Oh, we're on the red light, Taz.
Here comes the red light.
Don't make no red light jokes.
Yeah, every now and then it'll do that, so could be me, and it could be the radio. See, I just sound better than he does, right?
Well,
And
it
it
was
always
really
gets
scary
better
'cause you
after
were
a
the
bit.
voice in my head. Oh my gosh.
No. Oh no, he was on the vertical instead of on the Wyndham. According to Taz, he says yes, it does. Yeah, Sean, the double bazooka works good on the higher bands, but when you get to 75 or 80, I don't know what it is. and that's where I want to be. So, yeah. I know. And we'll be talking about it, but yeah, I was on the 43-foot ground-mounted vertical, and that's a DXer, but Doris caught it. I tuned up and everything, but didn't switch antenna switch over. So when you guys were saying that, I looked over, I said, oops. Yeah, I don't know why. You know, I got all those grounds out there under. Got 1,350 feet of grounding radiation pattern, but I guess there's no ground wave though.
I know you would have done better if a credible source would have pointed it out, but. All right, well, I'm going to say 73s. let the mighty AB8MO take over, and thanks for getting me on the list. I hope everybody has a great night. WB8VOW.
Good night, Rusty.
Good night, Rusty. Thank you, Andy, for 13.
Give Lady Diana our best, please.
Catch you later, Rusty.
All right. Good evening there, Rusty. Well, I don't know if I'm so mighty. I don't even have an amplifier, so I don't even know if anybody's hearing me. But this is AB8MO, and I'll be your net control for tonight's session of the Wolverine single sideband net. We've got 14 on the list right now, and number 15 is free here. I'll go through here real quick and let everybody know who I've got written down. If I omitted you, it's nothing personal. The band, I don't hear much. I'm using between my radio and an SDR. I don't know. I probably missed a few people. But anyway, top of the list is me, AB8MO. We've got WB8VOW Rusty at number 2, K9JJM, KD89FJI Art, K8PD, WB8WIV, K3ESL, N8SOB, K8DXJ, KA9EES, N8XUY, KD9HAV, K8TAS, and W2FS. And, well, I'm 5 minutes early, but last time I started the pre-net at 5:15, people were panicking. So I'm here now, and I'll be taking check-ins until the top of the hour. This is AB8MO.
WB8PSC.
Golf Sierra. B3KUZ.
All right, I unkeyed, and somebody was talking over top of me. I heard Maury, and I don't know if there was somebody else.
B3
Charlie Golf Sierra. Greg.
Okay, Greg was in there, K8CGF.
Roger.
All righty, got Maury, PFC, Bob, KUZ, and Greg, CGF at 15, 16, and 17, respectively. Anybody else?
AB8MO, N8XUY.
What's going on, Mr. 11? How you doing there, Sam?
Hey, I just wanted to thank you for picking up the show tonight and sitting in the big chair. We sure do appreciate you.
Well, you're welcome. I guess the trick's going to be is anybody or everybody going to hear me at 100 watts? Because that's all I got.
Now here, hi.
All righty. I don't think I've ever run the net without an amplifier. So, the things are coming together. So I'll have something here hopefully within the next month or so, one way or another there. So thanks, Sean, for the vote of confidence. Thank you for the encouragement there, Sam. And yeah, I'm feeling better. I'm still not quite 100%, but I think I'll be able to make it through the net here. All right, carry on, folks. I'll be listening along. This is AB8MO.
Really good into Manchester tonight. and a pretty nice crowd going so far, too, at 5 minutes after, or 12 minutes after the hour. It's also pretty wacky that your employer would do that to you.
Sean, I found out yesterday afternoon I had the day off Friday, so I'm liking it too. That's a smart deal there. Carol's coming home from Ball State for the Easter weekend, so nice to spend a little extra time with her. But yeah, I was told yesterday afternoon, no meeting Friday morning, and take the rest of the day, take the day off. So, hey, I'll stay home and play around and get paid.
The no meeting is probably the best part.
Well, usually when the big boss leaves, then we all go for breakfast.
Jeff, at your place, when you guys have meetings, are they worthwhile? Are they productive? Or are they, oh gosh, we're just here?
You know, occasionally they're like that, but for the most part they are productive. Anything new ideas that are coming around, you know, proposed projects, we get to hear about that, and we've got bigger fish that we can't seem to get fried. We've let the big boss know, and he finds a way to handle it. So, yeah, most of the time they are productive.
Well, I remember for years in my corporate career, a lot of times meetings were just ended up being like, oh my God, why are we here? And it seemed like the managers wanted to talk or something, even though I was a manager. But when I moved out of the one corporation into my final corporation, all the meetings were productive, and we even went to try doing online meetings, so you didn't have to drive to the office if you weren't required to do so. And it improved the proficiency, and people showed up because they wanted to, and it was just great for productivity.
Yeah, good deal. Yeah, that's always good when the proficiency goes up. They're not a very long meeting, you know. I have to break away sometimes from stuff I'm working on to feed it right over to Goshen, but you know, they might last between 20 and 40 minutes. It just depends on what the big man's got on his plate, what he wants to tell us. We started a new program with some of the younger guys. Of course, I don't know how it's working anywhere else, but at least in the RV industry, we don't have a lot of maintenance people beating down the door looking for a job. So we get these younger guys in, and some of them have got a pretty good head on their shoulders. We're starting a program now that we'll put them through some of the schooling, and they go through schooling and they're successful. It'll increase their pay. Of course, they want to write up a contract too. We're not going to let you have the schooling and then dip from here and go someplace else and work. I think they want to stay with the company for at least 2 years, but I think that's a good program that'll keep the youth interested in what's going on.
Well, plus, if they can learn something and feel good about that and feel like they're contributors, you know, it's always better to work at a place where you feel like you're appreciated and making a contribution.
Yeah, that's right.
Jeff, just think of all the stuff you need to know to be able to run those plants. Isn't that something?
Yeah, you know, I guess they keep me around because of what I know, I guess. You know, I've a lot of that stuff I learned over the years for specific machines and processes. But, yeah, I mean, I'll have to say, our big boss, he's went to bat for me and made sure I stayed around, you know. Things were looking down, and I thought I wanted to go someplace else. He'd he'd take me. I don't know how he's got feelers out, but he seems to know what's going on. He said, hey, we want to keep you here, and he'll usually do something to change my mind so I stay.
AC9 Carrick.
Mr. Brad.
Hello, Brad.
Hello, guys.
Good afternoon, sir.
Everybody's sounding good here.
Hello, Bradley.
Here too, Brad.
You're good into Manchester, Michigan there, Bradley.
All right, Brad, I can barely hear you, but I heard you in there. Got you at number 18. This is AB8MO.
Brad, he's
Number
got you at
18,
number
Brad.
8.
Oh, okay. Who's doing it?
Andy over in Ohio. He's going to run the show tonight. Big chair. AB8MO. And you follow Greg there from Coloma, Michigan, K8CGS.
Hey, Andy.
Yes, Jeff?
Hey, good to hear you. Thanks for picking it up tonight. I did hear a Kilo 8 Papa Delta was wanting to check in too, and Tom, whiskey and vodka.
All righty, Jeff. All right. I see. I got K8PD. I pulled them off the SDR, and I got WIV below them. K8PD is at 5, and Tom is at 6. So I got them on the list already.
Oh, all right. Well, I guess I should get my head out of my butt and get the net logger up so I can see what you're doing there. Sorry about that.
You know what? I'd rather people mention it 2 or 3 times than people get mad at me for not getting them on the list. Like happened one time I ran the net. Somebody got really upset that I didn't check them in when they checked in at like 4:30 in the afternoon. And I mean, it's a long time for us net controllers to sit in the big chair for 4+ hours. So I wasn't there, and I missed them. So it's no problem there, Jeff. Thanks for being there, and for everybody for helping me out here. This is AB8MO, and I'm taking additional check-ins for the Wolverine single sideband net. When we get started at the top of the hour, if you'd like to get on the list, number 19 is open. Give me your call sign, and I will get you on the list.
Hey, Andy, KJ4 small block was trying to check in.
All righty, I couldn't hear Ray at all. Thank you there, Ed. Got him in at number 19. Let's see if Ray is usually, yeah, he's on net logger. He probably sees. I got him in at 19. Thanks, Ed.
And I guess I said I need K9JJ. I'm at 21 now.
K9ES, I'll be back later.
All right.
N8XUI, this is K8DXJ.
Good afternoon, Doris. I didn't know if you were calling me or not. I heard you saying something, but I didn't know it was me because some other folks were speaking at the same time. Hello, Doris.
Yeah, I know. I doubled. I just wanted to let you know, and everybody else that's checked in so far, Taz and I are leaving for Tennessee on the 12th, which is this coming Wednesday, and we won't be back till late on the following Monday, which is the 17th. So you guys won't be supervised.
Uh-oh. Who knows what will happen?
You guys behave yourselves. And we will try to check in via Sean's remote if we can. So depending on what's going on. So going down to Tennessee to see the youngest and the grandkids.
Sounds like fun, and if you can check in, that would even be the bonus program.
What part of Tennessee you going to, Doris?
We're going to Portland, Tennessee, It's about 45 minutes north of Nashville.
Okay, yeah. All my folks, my grandfather, everybody, they're from Union City, if you know where that is. It's in the northwest corner.
No, that's probably due north of Memphis. Then, no, we're right. It's very close to the Kentucky border, and just due north of Nashville.
Yeah, I know where you're going. Okay, well, have a good trip.
Thank you very much. And for on-net controls, you know that you're going to have to email the lists to Taz, or the logs to Taz, since we won't be here to collect them.
Taz will not be picking up the file.
KA8 Tango?
KA8 Tango. Andy, did you hear that station?
I sure did. KA8T, you are number 20. Do you go by Steve or Steven? Over.
Yeah, I go by Steve, and I'll be in and out on this, but I just got a headset with, what do you call it, microphone headset. I wonder how it sounds. Sound okay?
Well, it sounds okay to me. You're kind of light because the band isn't great, but you've picked the right place for sound. Let's see, sound perfection. There you go. All right, Steve, I will mark you in and out. Thanks for being along, and I'll open the floodgates here, and you can get a good sound check on everybody else. But you sound good to me. This is EB8MO.
Steve, this is K8DXJ in Romulus. You're sounding like yourself here.
Yeah, okay, thanks.
And you sound good in Manchester, Michigan. This is Edit XUY. Good to hear you, Steve. Hope all is well. What kind of device did you purchase?
It's in fact, I actually bought it like a year ago, but I just never use it. It's a N8, it's not an IHY, IN something. I can look into it. It's on my phone if somebody's interested, but yeah, the headset's about $60, and it's got a boom on it. He also sells microphones and different things, apparatuses.
Well, you're sounding pretty good right now, no problem. And when we get you, when you have time to get back, and we have like even a better signal situation, we'll make sure that bugger is rocking and rolling. Good to hear you, and always a pleasure. Have a wonderful evening. Take care there in Weedman.
Yeah, I wouldn't say it's good. You got some RF on your peaks there, Steve. Something's going on.
Okay, hold on.
I was laying in bed listening, and I was like, no, something just isn't right. Maybe a touch on the hot side, maybe.
Thank you, Sean.
Okay, what's that sound like right here?
Yeah, that definitely cleared it up. It really did. It brought your modulation down a little bit. If you can go in between where you were and where you're at now, I think you'd be good. But right there is clean, but your audio is just a little lower.
Okay, how about this right here?
Yeah, that seems like it'll work for sure. I mean, I'll tell you, the audio is really clean, but yeah, your peaks before were clipping, or if it was causing some RF, or.
Yeah.
How close is the boom to your mouth?
Hotter than the one I was using. Yeah, I just turned the mic gain back a little bit.
Yeah, I would say that's good to go. And Sam asked you how close you were to the microphone.
I don't know, a half inch. You know, it's a boom mic, so.
Yeah, I was just wondering.
Yeah, you're good to go now for sure. It sounds exactly like you, Steve, for sure. So that's good to go. Yeah, seems like if you're you found that is a little hotter than what you're used to. So yeah, you're good to go now, buddy.
Yeah, okay. I just moved the microphone away from my face a little more. So okay, thanks a lot. That's what I just see if the thing worked or not. So appreciate it. KAAT.
Very nice.
Yeah, good deal. Good deal. Well, N8SOB for ID.
N8XUY. Almost at the bottom of the hour.
Kilo Delta 9, Foxtrot, Juliet, India.
There's that. Is that guy like the blowtorch of Indiana now, or what?
He's getting there.
Kilo Echo 8, Alpha Victor Tango, Harold in Waterford.
Good afternoon, Harold.
Good afternoon.
Looks like you're number 21 there, Harold.
USL 21.
Andy's running the show tonight.
So what is your cat's name, Harold?
Sweetie.
A good deal. A good deal. That's a good name you can't remember. Or you can't forget, I mean.
Sweetie Pie. Hey, Sean, take tomorrow off.
She's a real sweet little girl.
Always good to have a good cat. You know what, Sam? I'll do that.
Yeah, I sometimes recommend people take days off just for the fun of it. Take a day off.
I mean, it's not paid, but it's voluntary. It's excused. You know, it's going to be a very light load there tomorrow, so I don't do it very often.
A day off probably will be good for you. And if you're young and doesn't have any school, man, you can do something maybe.
Yeah, I'm thinking so. And then she goes to her mom's tomorrow evening, so she doesn't even know yet. I'm going to play it like I woke up late for work. I'm going to see how long it takes her to realize I didn't go.
So she's going to have to tell her friends as soon as she finds out you're not going to work that they can't come over.
I wish my kid was like that. She's not, though. She's too good. She keeps her circle small. She don't have many friends on purpose, but yeah, I wish she was like I had to put my guard up like that. It would give me, I don't know, it would give me more of something to look forward to, I guess. I would like to be that dad, but she doesn't make me want to have to be.
But didn't I hear you mention a bit ago that your daughter also does real well in education and her academics?
Oh yeah, on a roll all the time. No problems with her. She's in chemistry, she's in calculus and psych and all these, man, in high school, and she's only a junior. So yeah. Now my youngest, she's a freshman in high school, and she's totally different. Now she's the one where you gotta lock the windows and keep an eye on her.
Yep, I understand. I had lunch with my oldest daughter yesterday, who now is in her 40s, but she was the one when I had her in school. She was the 4.0 grade point average, didn't want to miss any school, got her homework done before I ever had to ask her, just amazing. And then her brother was completely the opposite. And then my other kids that I cared for, my stepkids, some were, kind of like the 4.0 kids, and the others were like my son, kind of had to pay attention, But they were all adventures.
I'm just glad everybody is not the same.
It's a really cool thing, man. We're all a bit different.
Yeah, my youngest, she's a little diva, has got all the friends, worried about what she wears and what she looks like, and then my oldest, she could care less what she wears. She don't care. It's just, one's one is in band, one's a cheerleader.
So you have a social butterfly in your hands, huh?
Yeah, very much so, Sam. She really is. I hear from her mom because she's still, we had this, both my girls are from the same mom. But, I hear from her mom at least once or twice a month about it. And that's only the time we communicate is when we really have to. Just because my kids are so old now, we really don't have to too much about what they do and where they go, really. So, it's sometimes, and then she'll call me on the phone, and I got the daughter screaming in the background, yelling at her and stuff, and I'm thinking, oh, my goodness. So a mother-daughter relationship can get pretty hectic.
Oh, yeah. And that continues throughout life sometimes, too, until they get older, a lot older.
Yeah, I seen their mom and her mom. Oh, boy. They butt heads. It's just one of those things, So, yeah, it is. I'm just very grateful. They both do well in school. Even my youngest, she's just above average, I would say. She's doing pretty good. She could be doing better, but, hey, I don't expect too much from her in school, really, as long as she passes.
Hello, Sean. WO8A.
Hey, Mark, WO8A. How you doing, buddy?
I'm hanging in there, running this low watch right now, just checking things out. How you doing?
I'm doing all right. Yeah, I got you about a 5.5, absolutely no noise. I'm hearing you. What, you only doing about, 5-10 watts?
Yeah, I'm doing about 5 watts right now on a loop I just put up, but I just changed that. I punched the button down and doing about 700 right now, then I let go of it.
Oh, dude, yeah, you went from an S4, S5 to a 5 over. So what kind of loop did you put up?
I've had it up for a while. It's an 80-meter loop. It's tuned not exactly on this band, but that's where I got it up, and I've been having some trouble with my doublet, so a lot of trouble. So I took it down. It's not down, but I went ahead and rerouted around it. Now I'm hooked up to the loop. It's not as high in the air as the doublet, but it's a lot quieter and a lot safer. I hooked up a vertical for a 10-meter vertical. Hooked it up today. I've had it a while. So I got my beams, the doublet, and the 160. I don't have it hooked up right now, but I'm going to figure out something. I changed my tuner. I went ahead and took the new tuner I had, that 2K. I took it out of line and put this 3K Versa tuner back in, and it seems that it looks better, but as far as on the meters and everything, but I just have to, time will tell. This is the first time I've talked on it today. I've been fooling around with it for about a day, working on the ground systems and stuff, and make sure I haven't got no loops and junk like that. But anyway, thanks a lot. You sound good. At least I can hear you all again. This is WO8A. And if you're taking a list, just sign me up.
Yep, number 22. I want to put up, that's my plans this summer, is to put up a 75-meter loop. How do you have it, what do you got it fed with? How do you got it fed, real quick?
I have it fed with ladder line, not window line, but ladder line. The small stuff, the 300 ohm stuff, and I got it going direct into my tuner in the back and tuned up with a 4-to-1 balance.
Gotcha. Okay, real good. Yeah, I was curious, because my 160-meter loop has got the 450 ohm ladder line down to the 4-to-1 balance way out there, and then I got coax ran to the tuner. But yeah, I want to get something that is more, I don't know, I just got the room for it. I have a Delta loop anyway at 3 spots for 75 meter. I got the ladder line, I got the balance. Yeah, my old balance, I don't know if it'll hold this amp or not. It's been a while since I've had that one hooked up, but I wouldn't mind putting up a 75 meter loop, even if it's just kind of direct fed with some 75 ohm coax. I've heard people doing like 60 feet of it and run down to a 1-to-1 to regular coax into the shack. So anyway, it looks like Andy is back. We collected a couple on there, number 21 and 22, we added there for you, Andy. N8SOB, I'll be listening. Let you get some more check-ins.
All right, Sean, thanks for holding down the fort here. Yeah, I wanted to run outside, and, well, my loop is still pretty droopy, losing that one support, but it was really droopy before, and because I had loosened the ropes up because of thunderstorms that we potentially were going to have, but did not. So I wanted to try to get everything up as high in the air as I could again. So not that I'm not sure it made any difference, but thank you, Sean, for holding down the fort. This is AB8MO, back to our regularly scheduled program, and I am taking check-ins for the Wolverine single sideband net. We get started off here in about 21 and a half minutes. If you'd like to get on the list, please call. See, Sean, they just wanted to talk to you.
Hey, man, I just like to talk, buddy. But yeah, I wouldn't mind putting up a 75-meter loop just to try it. Even if it's not multi-band, I would be all right with that. I wouldn't mind if it was basically just right here, you know, like a mono-band loop. I'm going to have to try the 75-ohm coax thing down to 50 ohm. Wanted to get one of those end feds, those my antenna ones, but man, I just can't see myself spending that much on an antenna that I can just build something else of.
Those antennas seem to work really well for everyone that uses them, from what I've seen, Sean.
Yeah, oh yeah. I'm not definitely. It's a great antenna. Like, I really thought about it, but you know, just to get what get the high-powered one probably would be the 75-meter one I would get. You know, you're up and over $200 for an antenna when I got everything here where I can just build something and try it for free. I don't know. When it comes to wire antennas and stuff, I just can't see myself spending too much money on it, really. I would rather spend that kind of money, well, more money than that, like on a tri-band or some, a Yagi of some sort.
Hey, Sean?
Sir?
Hey, W88WYB. I'm on loop. Are you planning on feeding it with ladder line?
No, Todd, that's where I'm at right now. I got the ladder line, but I have somebody that's got some really good 75-ohm coax. I wouldn't mind feeding the wires at the apex with 75-ohm coax, coming down to a 1-to-1 that switches over to 50-ohm coax into the shack. I've heard of a lot of people running their 75-meter loops like that.
Yeah, that'll work. I'd go with the coax myself, because I have ladder line on an 80-meter inverted beat and ran it into a tuner, all right, in the house. Of course, you have to tune it with a tuner, an external tuner. And I got RF on it, off of it. I didn't know it. And it blew out the CW module in my 857 Delta. I was unaware of it, and it smoked it. So I had to send it back in and have it fixed. This was a number of years ago, but if you're going to do that, I'd only suggest to run coax to something like a G5 RV setup where you've got a balun, and then from the balun to the antenna you can run twin lead or ladder line. But between if you're going to use an external tuner, between the tuner and the antenna, put the balun and run coax to that balun, and then run ladder line. Roger?
Yeah, that's how I have my 160-meter loop that I'm on right now. Yeah, that's fed with 450-ohm ladder line, about 70 feet of it. It drops down to my really hefty-duty 10K 4-to-1 balun, and then I have about 250 feet of coax on that comes up to the shack. So the loop and the balun and the ladder line, everything is way out back, and then all the coax runs up here. So that's how I have the loop. But that's mainly because I just wanted to make sure it was a really good multi-band antenna, which it is. But the other loop that I want to put out for Jay, I just basically want it for 75. So if it won't load up on other bands, I'd be all right with that. That's why I'm thinking about the 75 ohm instead of the ladder line on that one.
Hey, Sean?
Yes, Taz.
Yeah, when you first were checking in, we were on my 300-foot horizontal loop, and it was an in-fed ZEP.
Right, yeah, that wasn't quite a loop. It wasn't connected or anything like that. But, yeah, it was your long wire. Yeah, that's a good one, man. You got to get some wire out there. But, yeah, I don't know. I'm not sure. I don't know. I know I want to get something better. I think I can find something better that'll work here with all the room that I have.
Yeah, I hear you. And, yeah, I had that up for 14 years till a tornado took it down.
Hey, Sean, I don't know if there's anything better than that loop you've got up that covers all the different bands. It's a very good working antenna. I mean, you hear everybody, and you sound amazing on it, too. Yeah,
but, the receive. I can't beat the receive. I hear everything, but the receive definitely works better than the transmit part does. And the only reason why I have such a good signal is I'm always running legal limit. You know, I always am. And when I run at 100 watts, people say, "What are you doing? I can barely hear you." So, I don't know. This antenna performs better on other bands than it does this band. Out of all the bands, even from 160 through 10 meter, including Warwick bands, I would say this antenna doesn't perform as well on this band. This is probably the weakest band of my antenna.
Well, even when you don't have an amp and you run that antenna and you run a net, everybody can hear you. So you just have, you've got an amplifier terror. If you lose your amp, you freak out.
Yeah, I know. See, that's just 100 watts. My radio doesn't do quite 100 watts. It does about 80, maybe almost 90, but yeah, that's just radio power into the loop. Well, it's got 15 minutes till Andy kicks it off. I'm going to stand by, let him get some more check-ins. N8SOB.
N8XUY. I'll be back.
This is November 2, Charlie Tango.
Hi, Bill.
All right, had Mr. QRP in there. Thank you, Sean. This is AB8MO, and I am taking check-ins through Wolverine Single Sideband Net. We start things off at about 15 minutes. If you want to get on the list, please call.
November 2, Charlie Tango was checking in.
I don't know how I missed him, but got N2CT Bill and Bath. You are number 23.
That's what I thought. I figured you would have heard him, Andy.
Roger, number 23. Thank you.
Good to hear you out there, Bill.
Good to hear you, Sean.
Yeah, I'm running QRP right now.
For sure.
Well, I'm running QRP.
Yeah, my problem was I had the SDR turned up and my radio turned down when I flipped it around. Yeah, I heard Bill just fine.
Yeah, I figured you're probably the closest one to him. Well, between W2FS, but on the net controllers that run the net, you're the closest one to the East Coast.
Yeah, you're probably right. Did I miss anybody? Was it just you there, Bill? Anybody else? Any other check-ins? Okay, just wanted to make sure.
I think what's got me down is the difference that I see between my dipole and my loop, which isn't very much.
Yeah, it seems like dipoles in general are just really, really good antennas. I guess from what I've heard, the main, advantage of a loop is just it's a quiet antenna. You hear absolutely everything, but dipoles work extremely, extremely well.
and you don't need as much space.
Yeah, it don't matter what band I go to, the loop is always quiet. It's nice. I mean, that's one thing a dipole antenna cannot beat on a loop is receive. It's the receive by far is what makes the antenna.
You know, Sean, I'm running a loop, or excuse me, I'm running a dipole, but when I run my 270-foot off-center fed Wyndham, I guess it's a Wyndham, when it's up and running, it hears, I mean, amazingly well. Maybe not as good as a big loop, but when it's up and running, ears aren't touching trees and all that stuff. I love it, because I
like my input.
You sound fantastic on it, too.
Wow, yeah, I'm on the dipole right now.
Why, I can't tell a difference when you're running QRP.
Yeah, see, that's the dipole right there, and that's the loop right there. There's the loop right there, and there's the dipole right there.
Yeah, I can't hear any difference.
That's all I noticed.
Yeah, I couldn't tell any difference either.
in Bloomfield.
Yeah, dude, I'm telling you, that's why I'm. You see where I'm talking, where I'm coming from now?
Well, when you put some power into it, it makes a big difference. You sound like a broadcast station here.
Right, but just at 100 watts, you know, if anything, it's going to be the further stations that are going to see the bigger difference on the loop. But the closer stations, like Tom or anybody that's kind of closer, even with KUZ, for some reason I'm stronger. It's just really weird, man. It really shows that these antennas are directional.
Comment.
Go ahead, Greg.
Yeah, but I think, and a little bit of ignorance here, but another thing I think about a loop that's better than an in-fed or an off-center fed is you're not going to run into as many null issues on a receive. And I can't tell you how many DXs, especially my friend in New Zealand, you know, he hears me 5.7, 5.8, and I'll get him, 4.3, 5.1. With a loop, I'm going to make a big wild guess that I'd probably pick him 5.3, 5.4, 5.5.
Yeah, right. Yeah, that's not. My dipole. It's what's weird, man. It really shows directions, but. Yeah, I guess the SWR isn't too bad with the amp on not tuned. That's on the dipole. It's about a 2.25, but yeah, it really leaves an ugly. That looks ugly on the scope.
But I've made this comment before many times. If all you can do is put up Wyndhams or NFEDs, if you have the room to move one 90 degrees offset from it and just switch between antenna 1 and 2, you negate those issues with the nulls most of the time. And sometimes it's like I have my 40 to 10 is optimized from Europe, and it's a northeast to southwest orientation, which is right for Europe. And then this 75 to 10 is kind of north-south-ish, or northwest to southeast. On 40 through 10, I can get as many as 6 or 7 S units, sometimes better, with just switching between the two antennas to Europe.
Yeah, that's pretty neat. I like how you have that set up. Yeah, I have as I'm thinking about it, I have a perfect spot where I could put up another inverted V somewhere, and it would be exactly the opposite direction as my other ones. So, yeah, I don't know. It's just the loop. It's all, man, I'm telling you, this hobby is just something else. I love learning about antennas. So we're going to experiment some more. So go ahead, Andy. We're going to stand by as you look for some more check-ins on the Wolverine single sideband net. This is N8SOB.
All righty. Thank you, Sean. Yeah, it is kind of interesting there, and I will mention that I have noticed that too. With and I'm looking to either I'm going to try a off-center fed antenna dipole. A friend of mine's going to let me borrow here probably in the next month or so, and put it up and see how that compares with the G5RV. Probably will hear better than the G5RV, would be my guess. But yeah, the loop definitely seems to work better for DX. I know you could ask Bob KUZ. He and I get on the 80-meter OMIS net, and I can't tell you how many guys I've tried working on the West Coast. You know, I'm barely pulling them out of the mud, and you know, I'm giving them 2-1 or 2-2, and they're giving me 5-7s and 5-9s. I'm like, what? Yeah, I seem to do very well west. So anyway, enough with that. This is AB8MO, and we are about 6.5 minutes away from the start of the net. And this is the Wolverine single sideband net pre-show. If you'd like to get on the list, please call AB8MO.
89 RNA, checking in.
Hi, Eric.
Johnson is here.
Hey, what's going on, Chuck?
All good, buddy. You're good into Manchester tonight. We got Andy running the show.
All righty, sounding good over here, Pat.
Thank you, thank you.
Hey, hi, Eric. How are you hearing me tonight?
Just above the noise level, but I got you 100%.
Yeah, same here. I'm only running 100 watts, but I hear you 100%. And all righty, just wanted to check. Thank you, Eric. You are number 24.
Thank you.
Good to hear you in there tonight, Eric.
My twin brother.
Yep, you guys. I can't tell the difference between you two.
100%. It's amazing.
Nice day for a train ride.
My dipole right now has about an S8 of noise, which my loop has 0.
Are you talking about Ed when he just said something there? Was that noise? Hi. Joking. Ed, I'll go for a train ride with you any day, buddy.
All right, I'm looking forward to it.
Ed's got a trip going through Ohio if you want to go.
I'll skip that one, but Ed, I think I mentioned to you at one point over the years, I almost became a train engineer, but I couldn't pass the eye test. I did all the other testing, and that would have been with the Norfolk Western Railroad in about 71 or 72.
Oh, you'd have been hired out as a fireman, I think, in 71 or 72.
Well, yeah, I think they started it out as a fireman brakeman, but I was lined up to get engineer training, and my father-in-law was the super at the main yard in Melvindale, Michigan for them, and I'll tell you some stories about that'll drive you crazy. But he was there for like 45 years.
Yeah. Most of my family had more than 40 years. I was the one that was only there for 38 and a half.
Only.
Yeah, only. 89 HAV, hello. Hello. Are you QRP today?
Yes, we are.
Hi, Norm.
Howdy, I'm just messing around with my G90.
Hi, Norm.
Having fun with that thing, aren't you? Yeah, I'm going to put the power to it. I'm only putting out a couple watts.
Well, it's working here.
Hey, Andy.
Yes, Ed?
You wouldn't be interested in an Alpha 76, would you?
I don't know. What's an Alpha 76?
Something you need.
I think it was built about 1978. It's got three CX 374s in it.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I might. I got a couple things I'm looking into. But yeah, I'll let you know there, Ed. Over.
Okay, well, a friend of mine's got one that he wants to part with, and I don't know if he's has any other amplifiers, but I know he's got that one Alpha.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I would like to find something that'll let me do some amplification on 160. But if I don't, even if I just get it on 80 through 10 minus the work bands, I'm okay with that too. So yeah, thank you for keeping me in thought there, Ed. Over.
Okay. His call is WA9EIC. Eating India Krispies, I guess, is a good one.
AD8FK, in and out.
Anyway,
HAV at 20 watts.
Shoot him an email. Anyway, what time is it? Well, we got plenty of time. We got a minute and a half before you go. Anyway, just send me an email. I'll put you together with him.
All right, that'll probably be easier, Ed. Thank you there. I got Leonard in there, 88FK. I had to think about that call. I had to think about it because when I heard it, it didn't sound right. And I'm like, you know what, that sounds like Leonard. And, well, I think that it is. So Leonard got you at 25, and I think you said in and out. So I'll mark you in and out. And we've got about a minute before I start the net, so this is your last call. If you want to get in on the pre-net, this is the final call. Please call AB8MO. This is the Wolverine Single Sideband Net. Check and go.
WB0RMN.
All right, I could barely hear you, Larry, but I got you in at 26.
Okay, make me in and out because I'm on a crippled antenna.
Did he say he was in and out?
Yeah, he's on a crippled antenna. Good to hear you in there, Larry. Yep, he's in and out tonight.
All right, thank you for the assist there, Sean. Thank you for popping your head in there, Larry. Got you marked in and out. All righty, and with that, good evening and welcome all amateurs and shortwave listeners everywhere. This is AB8MO Alpha Bravo 8 Mike Oscar. My name is Andy, and I'm located in Newberry, Ohio, which is about 25 miles east of the city of Cleveland, Ohio. And I will be your net control station for this evening's edition or session of the Wolverine Single Sideband Net. You do not have to be a member to check into this net. Everyone with a higher, let me try it again. Everyone with a general or higher amateur radio license is welcome to participate in our net. This net meets every night of the week on this frequency, 3.935 megahertz. At this time, 2200 UTC, and the pre-net officially starts at 2115, although that almost never happens. It's usually a little earlier than that. But it starts officially at 2115. The purpose of this net is to promote good fellowship among radio operators. If you would like to become a member of the Wolverine Single Sideband Net, the requirements are 4 check-ins a month for 3 consecutive months. After meeting these requirements, please email or send your list to K8TAS, Taz, who is good on QRZ.com. You must have the check-in date and net control call sign. Make sure it is not the net control station, or make sure it is the net control station and not the pre-net list taker, because sometimes they are different. We had a brief period where I was not taking check-ins, but I think the 2 that we had, although we think, but anyway, yeah, make sure you have the net control list or the net control station, which would be me for instance today, AB8MO. Alrighty, let's see here. We suggest that you send more than the required check-ins just in case of any discrepancies. We have a very nice net certificate and iron-on patch for new members. Information about the net and the monthly awards are available on our website at wssbn.com. Taking a deep breath here, I currently have on the pre-net list the following stations by suffix: MO, VOW in and out, JJM, FJI, PD, WIV, ESL, SOB, DXJ, EES, XUY, HAV, TAF, FS, PFC, KUZ, CGS, KRX, SBC, 8 Tango in and out, AVT, 8 Alpha, CT, RNA, Fox Kilo, I believe he was, let's see, I don't know if that's, yeah, he was in and out too, and RMN in and out. Did I miss anybody or have any corrections on the pre-net list only? Please call. Alrighty, I guess I did a good job there. Are there any mobile stations? Any mobile stations wishing to check into the net, please call. Any relays?
Nada.
Okay. All right. Are there any announcements for the net? Please call.
Kilo 8 Delta X-Ray Juliet.
K8DXJ, Doris, anybody else? All right. Sounds like it's just you. Take it away there, Doris.
Thank you, Andy. This is Kilo 8 Delta X-Ray Juliet, awards manager, and awards. Speaking of awards, this coming Monday, which is on Sean's night, is award night. So those of you that want the award, you have to check in on Monday and then go to the website, fill out the information. So it's just that simple. Whether you're a member or not, it doesn't make any difference. You have to be on the log for that night. So with that, we'll turn it back to you. This is K8DXJ.
K8DXJ from AB8MO. Alrighty, thank you for doing that. I actually just got last month's award in the mail today. We don't check the post office every single day. I'll only go there 2 or 3 times a week, maybe. That's about it. Certainly don't go every day. So I actually didn't even open it yet. So I literally walked in the door and got the mail and started to get ready for the net. Thank you, Doris. So moving on there, I don't think there were no other further announcements. I will now ask, I do not have anybody listed as short time. Does anybody wish to be short time? Please call. All right, that makes my life a little easier. Okay, let's see here. I will now take general check-ins. Anybody who isn't already on the list already who'd like to check into the Wolverine single sideband net, please call AB8MO.
AB8MO, here is November Bravo 9 Delta.
NB9D, Neil got you 27. Anybody else? Any other additional check-ins, please call. All righty, not hearing anything. Any relays? Okay. Alrighty, let's get things started. And since Rusty was in and out, that means that Jeff is up, K9JJM in Goshen, and then standby Art FJI in Fort Wayne. You will be after Jeff. Take it away there, Jeff.
All right, very good. AV8MO and the wonderful Wolverine single sideband net. This is K9JJM. Jeff at Goshen, Indiana. Good afternoon, Andy. Good afternoon, all the Wolverines. Good to hear everybody tonight. I got a little bit of noise tonight, but I'm hearing everybody through that. I even heard Ray through that. He was real weak to me, but I did hear him. So that time of the day, that's doing pretty good. Decent day at work today. We've got a few little projects done, and I got word yesterday afternoon as I was going home that no Friday morning meeting, and then take the day off. So, observing Good Friday. That's what we're doing. So I'm okay with that. That means I don't have to go to bed at 9 o'clock tonight on my bedtime. Of course, it doesn't matter. I'll probably fall asleep about 9 o'clock anyway. I'm so used to doing that. It was a little cool this morning, but it sure is nice to see the sunshine right now. And it looks like the temperatures are going to start trending up. In fact, I did see, not tomorrow, but next Friday, that the high could be as high as 82 degrees. So that's what I like to see. It's supposed to be springtime, so I would hope that it would feel like that. Andy, thanks so much for doing the net tonight. Appreciate you picking it up, and you do a fine job. And don't worry about the 100 watts. I haven't had any trouble hearing you, so doing fine with just 100. So with that, we'll turn it back to you, and I'll listen out. AB8MO from K9JJM. Thanks, Andy.
All righty, I can already tell I'm going to be struggling with our neighbors up adjacent up here. But heard you fine there, Jeff. Yeah, it was a little tough copy for me hearing you at the beginning of the pre-show. But you're a good S7, S8 now. No problem hearing you now. So things are a little bit longer. So I'm glad to hear that making it out there. To Elkhart, thank you for coming in here and lighting up the airwaves and warming things up for us here as you do get here on the pre-net here pretty regularly. So very good there on a Good Friday. Yeah, my mom wants to actually have a Seder meal here this evening, and I told her that, well, it's going to have to wait till I'm done with the net, and she's like, well, that'll be okay. So we will be celebrating, let's see, Monday, Thursdays today, and then Good Fridays tomorrow, and I guess for those who observe it, I guess we call Holy Week. So, and for those that don't, well, that's okay too. That's what makes this net a great part. We can all get along with each other, despite the fact that we don't have the same similar beliefs and all. But hey, we just want to treat each other nice, and I'm good with doing that. I don't know where I was going with that, Jeff, but thanks for being with us. And now I'm going to move down to Art, KD9FJI, and stand by Paul, K8PD. He will be after Art. Take it away there, Art.
Hey, good evening. And Jeff, enjoy your day off. It's not often you get a day off. I know that. Anyway, I have a yard service that comes out, and 4 times a year they put an application on my grass, and they came out and put an application on it before it started raining. Then the grass just took off like crazy. I got up this morning and it was kind of cool, but once it heated up a little bit and the sun came out, I decided, well, I'll go and get the lawnmower and maybe trim it down a little bit. Well, first thing, the mower wouldn't start. Then the belt came off of the deck, and I finally got that straightened out, and then it would start after I got the belt straightened out. What it was is the choke wasn't working. The butterfly was stuck wide open, and so I got that fixed, got it going. Got the mower started, went and got some gas and filled it up, and took it out in the backyard and started cutting grass, and I cut my coax in too. Well, the wheels kind of flipped it up in the air. I hadn't used any of the yard staples to staple it down. I thought it'd be good enough, but anyway, we cut the coax, and then I had to give up on the grass cutting anyway because it was real soggy out there. Probably needed a swamp buggy to finish the yard, but put the mower away and took the old coax and rolled it up and both pieces, and then I had a little bit shorter piece of coax, and I put that on, and I had to come back in and retune all the bands again on the tuner and write them all down and get that all straightened out. And finally, I got everything straightened out and sat down and had a good meal. Yeah. I guess I'm all right now. Hopefully things go better. I went out and I stapled down all the whole coax, the whole length of the coax. Probably used about 50 staples to get it all stapled down. But she's down in the grass now. Nothing's going to bring it up this time. Anyway, that was our day. Kind of exciting. And I'm glad it's over with. Back to you.
KD9FJI from 88MO. All right, man, I am so sorry to hear that, Art. I'm kind of afraid to start equipment after it's been sitting for the first time of the season. I can't tell you how many times I had trouble starting a snowblower specifically. The lawnmower, we've had trouble with our lawnmower too, but it's been more trouble with the snowblower trying to get that going. And the belt falling off, yeah, kind of been there. And I'm sorry to hear that your coax got severed there. It sounds like you got everything squared away. You're almost peaking S9 here over here, although Fort Wade isn't too terribly far away. It sounds like you got everything and your station's operational again, Art. So you did a good job with that, and hopefully your lawnmower will continue to hum away the rest of the season, and you won't have that trouble. Yeah, actually the grass hasn't started to grow here yet. The daffodils are up, but I imagine probably within the next couple of weeks. It isn't. We've had below freezing temperatures here quite regularly at night, so it's kept the grass tame for now. But definitely, we're not supposed to have any overnight lows below freezing for the foreseeable future. So definitely, the grass will start to grow, and I figure within about the next 2 or 3 weeks, I will be we will be cutting grass here for the first time as well. Hopefully, you won't have as much trouble as you, Art. But anyway, my cat has reminded me that it is 1/4 past the hour, so I'm going to take additional standby for check-ins before I go to Paul in Holland, who is coming up after I take a standby for check-ins. If you'd like to get on the list, please call AB8MO. Any relays? Okay, that makes my job easier. K8PD, Paul, how you doing? And stand by whiskey and vodka. You will be after Paul.
Okay, good evening, and good evening to all the Wolverine. This is K8PD in Holland, Michigan, where we had a sunny day. It was very sunny, but unfortunately quite chilly as well. It only got up to about 40 degrees today. But we are seeing some signs of spring here. The daylilies are poking up and
Uh-oh, where'd you go?
Something's going on around here.
Okay, Paul. Well, I heard you. I actually had to turn up the SDR because you are kind of light here, and you dropped out. So whenever you get it straightened out, just jump in there, recheck, and we'll get back to you there. Yeah, something's going on there, but hope we can get that straightened out. And I'll give you one more call here, see if you got it fixed. K8PD, Paul, did you get it straightened out? AB8MO calling. Okay, and and I was hearing you pretty good through the SDR. So we'll get back with you. Don't despair. We'll get back with you. I want to hear everything you got to say there. Heard you were talking about chilly and sunny. That's kind of what it was here. It got up to 58 degrees, and the sun didn't come out till later, but I'm okay with that. WB8WIV, Tom, how are things in Cadillac? And then stand by Eric, ESL. You'll be after Tom. Take it away there, Tom.
Yeah, Roger there, Andrew, Andy. Everything's going pretty good here. AB8MO and the wonderful Wolverines, WB8WIV. We got about 43 degrees here. It was pretty cold all day long. I think this is about our high, 43 right now. But everything went pretty smooth. Went walking with the wife and one of the dogs today and got some stuff done. I was retired today. Played a lot of radio. We did pretty well. I was running FT8 besides I was on 2 meters and stuff. And worked some guy in China, the Ukraine, and Turkey today. So that worked real well, although those weren't new countries, but they were new countries, I guess, on FT8. Anyway, I'm going to be home tomorrow also. I've got to help some of the club members move a ramp for one of our club members and for a wheelchair. And also going up tomorrow afternoon to watch a movie up in Traverse City. Gonna go with my grandson, wife, and my oldest daughter. We're gonna take him to the movies there, so we'll have a good time. Anyway, that's my plans. Everything running real smooth here. 7-3 all the way around. Back to net control. Back to you there, Andy. AB8MO, WB8WIV will be clear. Good evening.
All right there, Tom. Yeah, you were kind of light here, but I heard everything you said there. You were a little better through the SDR, so I turned that up and heard everything you said just fine there. So very good there, Tom. Well, good on going to the movies there. And what else was I going to say there? Crap. You commented. Yeah, I forgot. I'm sorry, Tom. I was listening, though. But anyway, I know you mentioned the movies there, and there was something I was going to comment on right before that. But I'm sorry, Tom. But you have yourself a good evening, and let's go down to Eric, K3ESL in Bloomfield Hills. I almost said Heights. I had to move the cursor there. And then stand by, sweet old boy. You will be after Eric. Take it away there, Eric.
Well, thanks. Kilo 3 Echo Sierra Lima. You know, I'm trying to think of what ESL could stand for. Extra special loser or something like that, but not as good as whiskey and vodka. AB8MO, you're born for this, man. You're just incredible at this, and you're a strong S9, F10 here in Bloomfield Hills. You're like 150 miles away from me. Nice day here, 53 degrees. I had the largest turkey in my backyard that I have seen in a long time. Eating the spilled seed from our bird feeder, that was pretty fun. Other than that, I think I also have tomorrow off. So I'm looking forward to that. And thanks for whoever it was that mentioned next week was going to be 80 degrees, because that is amazing. So have a good weekend, everybody. 73 to all, and back to you, AB8MO, K3ESL.
Recheck.
All righty, heard a recheck in there. I'm guessing that was you, Paul. Eric, you take care there, and yeah, you're booming in here as well. Recheck, go.
Yeah, this is KPD. Sorry about dropping out there. I made the mistake of putting an electric heater on the same circuit here with the HF transceiver, and when I started transmitting, it tripped a breaker. So I'm back in here now, and we'll be listening out for the rest of the net, Andy. Thanks for picking me back up. This is KPD.
Yeah, I've done that too, actually. I actually had my amp on the Cape circuit and did the same thing. So, yeah, that doesn't work too well. Two high current appliances, if you want to call it that, does not work too well on a standard 20-amp breaker. Glad we could get you back in here, Paul, and yeah, well, I've done that. I admit it. So glad to know that you just tripped a breaker. It's better to do that than burn the house down, I suppose. But here's a guy who burns up some RF sometimes, I think. N8SOB to take it. How you doing there, Sean? Thanks for the assist in the pre-show, and glad to see the YouTube live streams back up again. And then stand by, Doris. You will be after Sean. Take it away there, Sean.
All right, Andy, AB8MO and the Wolverine single sideband net. This is N8SOB. Well, good evening to one and all here assembled on this wonderful net, doing a great job there, Andy, no doubt about it. Good to hear Paul in there, KPD. Definitely was hearing him, hearing everyone actually pretty well. So other than that, had a decent day at work. Kind of went by slow. Today was one of the slower days, and found out toward the end of the day we could volunteer not to work tomorrow. So I went ahead and did that. But hopefully I don't regret it, because money is always nice. I like money. So other than that, we have 49.5 degrees here. Looks like we got a pretty consistent wind from 8 to 15 mile an hour here. Coming out of the southwest, it looks like. So, looks like we are getting some breezes out there. But other than that, got a whole lot to add to the net here. Don't have no big plans. My oldest daughter goes to her mom's for the weekend tomorrow, and it'll just be another bachelor weekend. Other than that, just living the dream. See what we can get into on the radio tonight. Maybe play some late night FT8. Who knows? So with that, I'd like to say good evening as well to Neil there, riding shotgun on the remote. Back to you, Andy. 88MO and 8SOB.
SOB, AB8MO. Man, we have a big party on your remote there, Neil, you and me, especially when you're net control. Man, we get chatting in there on your remote, and we have a lot of fun there. And I remember what I was going to mention about Tom working FT8, because you mentioned it too, and I noticed that I'm closing in on almost 200 countries worked now. I think I'm at 194 now, or 193, and I think I got 185 confirmed. So, yeah, it's kind of cool. Most of it is digital, I will admit. I don't know. I just I did get Cape Verde yesterday on 40 meters. That was a new one for me. That's off the coast of Africa, south of what is it? The Canary? Is it the Canary Islands or the Cayman Islands? One's in the Bahamas, one's off the coast of Africa. I think they're the Cayman Islands. I don't know, but anyway, I get those no trouble. But Cape Verde was a new one for me. I'm looking forward to when 6 meters gets red hot this summer. I think it will. Between your typical E-skip that you get in the summertime, plus the almost max solar cycle, I think I'm hoping we'll get some good international DX on 6 meters. I'm looking forward to that. So let's go to K8DXJ, who may or may not care about DXCC. She does a good job with her awards and what she does to hold us all together, and she carries her big stick. Be quiet and carry a big stick? How does the saying go? I don't know. K8DXJ to take it, and then stand by Ed EES. You will be after Doris. Take it away there, Doris.
Well, thank you, Andy. This is Kilo 8 Delta X-Ray Juliet, and hey, I have quite a few DX contacts. So don't think that I'm just sitting here doing awards. And I've had quite a few, and in fact, my very first DX was with Hong Kong. So yeah, I've got quite a few. So, and I have Turkey, and I have Australia, and I have Lebanon. So, I mean, I have, along with, Russia, Italy, France, et cetera, and the islands in South America. So, yeah, I do, I've done DX, believe me. And, but today, well, I've worked on some orders, and that's about it. So, that's pretty much my day. So with that, I'll turn it back to you. This is K8DXJ.
All right, Doris, sounds like you've had a very, very productive day, so very wonderful. Yeah, Hong Kong was kind of a tough one for me to work. I've never talked to Hong Kong on voice. I did work them on, I think I have them worked on 20 meters FT8, but it was a while before I got Hong Kong, and it was tough. So congrats. You got that right out of the gate, so that is great there. And I'm kind of curious for Taz when it comes up if he has worked Tasmania yet, Tasmania Island there. I know let's see, when I asked him, 6 months ago, I think that was a no, but hopefully that has changed. So with that, Taz can ponder that, and I'm going to go to Ed in Scythian, who hopefully is hearing me okay tonight, and then I will take a standby for check-ins after Ed. Take it away there, Ed. KA9EES. You are up. This is AB8MO.
All right, AB8MO in the group KA9EES. I have if you haven't noticed, in the AIM window, I've got a YouTube live stream of the net, but it looks like it's got about a 25-second delay. And one of these days, I'll figure out how to shorten that delay. I'm sure there's not that much latency. I see it's just now showing me transmitting. So anyway, yeah, it's about a 20-second, almost 30-second delay. And I'll figure that out. I just started playing with it. I haven't been here all day, so I haven't messed with it, but we'll get it figured out. Went and got a haircut, and I've been watching TV with Sue and drinking coffee. And I guess I've been here longer than I thought, but anyway, I haven't been playing YouTube. But I've got plenty of days to get it figured out. I'm waiting for an email from WA5QPZ, because he does this with his 6700, and I ought to be able to do it with his 6600. Anyway, it's still up there and it's still playing, whereas last night it had quit by now. So anyway, thanks for letting me in, Andy. You're doing a great job. Really appreciate you filling in. AB8MO in the group, KA9EES.
All righty, said it just like the man himself. KA9EES from AB8MO. All righty, very good there, Ed. Well, I guess we got two YouTube live streams going, yours and Sean's. And I don't know, 20 to 30 seconds sounds about right for me. I don't think YouTube is one to stream things instantaneously. I've never heard of a YouTube live stream that didn't have a ridiculous delay. So unless maybe you're a Google headquarters and they might pipe you right through, but if you're not, well, then you're just going to have to get in the queue with everybody else. But 30 seconds is enough time. So thank you very much there, Ed, for being with us, and thank you for your help on, I think you run it Wednesday nights? I don't remember. All righty, well, as promised or threatened, this is AB8MO, and I'm going to take a standby because I am technically late, 90 seconds late, to taking additional check-ins for the Wolverine single sideband net before I get to Sam, our net manager, who will be up after I take a standby. Anybody would like to check into the net, please call AB8MO. Any relays?
Nothing heard.
Thank you, Sir Taz. All righty. Let's see. Just went to Ed. N8XUY. Sam, how are things rocking and rolling in Manchester? And then stand by Norm. Hopefully you're feeling better there, Norm. And you will be after Sam. Take it away there, Sam.
Well, AB8MO. Great to hear you, Andy. This is N8XUY, and we're standing by for 8 o'clock because we want to rock, but we can also rock at 6:32 p.m. here on the Wolverine Single Sideband Net. Thank you so much, Andy, for being one of our fantastic, best of all alternate net controllers, filling in here for the team on Thursday night of Mark and Bob. Mark's still having that sore throat thing, and I think Bob ran the past couple of weeks. So way to go, buddy! You're doing, as everybody said, an amazing job. We love having you in the big chair on the Wolverine Net. Day is good here in Manchester. Coffee with the XYL this morning. She had the day off, so we did a little hanging out, drank some coffee, watched some TV, punched around on the electronic devices. I did a little trim work in the foyer hallway thing. I'm almost getting done with that. Then we went in and visited the in-laws with the mother-in-law, father-in-law, and sister-in-law. We all met over at the father-in-law, mother-in-law's place, and we had a little snack at lunch. I think the girls were drinking wine, and Papa and I had a vodka OJ thing. That was good. And then I got back to the QTH, did a little more work on the trim. I am almost done with that trim work in the foyer. Boy, will I be happy to get that squared away. All good here. Andy, once again, thank you so much. And I'm hearing everyone quite well here on the net this evening. I'm going to shoot out a 7-3 to everyone. Back to you, AB8MO. Net control for the Wolverine Single Sideband Net N8XUY. Thank you, sir.
WG8W.
All righty, Sam. Very good there. Let's see. Who was that there?
WG8W.
Okay, WG8W. Are you checking in, or are you in and out, or what?
Yeah. Check me in, please. My name is Rod in northern Michigan. WG8W.
All righty, got you that 28. Okay, Rodney. Yeah, I when I'm not prepared to take check-ins, I don't. I'm kind of fumbling here. While I'm paused here, are there any additional check-ins? Please call AB8MO. Alrighty, you know what? And I did not tell everybody. I do typically stand by every quarter hour to take additional check-ins there. So I hold to that pretty religiously. I would hope to think. So I don't think that was my fault for not mentioning that at the beginning of the net. So anyway, that's okay. Got you in there, Rod, at 28, and with you there, Sam. Sounds like you are doing the retirement thing to your fullest advantage. So doing a little family time, putzing around, doing stuff around the house, and it sounds like you got this retirement thing at hand there. So that is great, and thank you for being with us, Sam. You're sounding good there from Manchester. Let's go to Norm and see how he is doing this evening, and then stand by Taz in Romulus. You will be after Norm. Take it away there, Norm.
All right, Andy, ABAMO, KD9HAV. You're sounding great here in Fort Wayne. We bumped it all the way up to 20 watts when we checked in before. We were at 1 watt, so you probably are hearing me all right. Just playing with the G90 like I do sometimes. Hey, it's been a beautiful day. My grandson came over and took me out to lunch and took me by to get a haircut, and I really enjoyed that, spending time with him. He's a senior high school and doing some college work, and he is studying to be a sound engineer. He works for a company that does recording. As a matter of fact, we're working on a score out of a movie today. And he blends the sounds, mixes the sounds. I don't know. I don't always
always understand what he's talking about, but he sounds like he knows what he's talking about. But anyway, we enjoyed being with him and spent some time with Mama Bear. Then had a little nap and been playing radio. So hope everybody's hearing me all right. I'm going to get out of here. Good to hear the family tonight. This is K89HAB, back to 88MO, and the wonderful Wolverine single side band family gathering 73. Everybody, God bless.
All righty, Norm. 73, and God bless to you as well. Thank you for being with us this evening. Oh, sound engineering, sound reproduction, design, all those wonderful phrases. I did that for several years. Let's see, I was married to the job at my one church, and I did it briefly at the one I am now until I, kind of got replaced. So I don't do it anymore, but I really enjoyed that. And I have a lot of fun with mixing. I can still do that. I'm a little rusty with, no pun intended there. That just slipped out. I'm a little rusty with running audio editors, but because I don't do it as much anymore. I used to be able to just, splice audio files together, mix them together, and I had a lot of fun with that, and I really enjoyed that. And, it's one thing that if I can't do anything right with my station, the one thing that I hope is that it's got good audio, punchy audio, good sound quality, because that's the one thing that I think I know how to do if I don't know how to do anything else. So let's go to a man of many hats, K8TAS Taz, Mr. FT8, I guess I could call him, although I work a lot of FT8 myself. How you doing this evening? And then stand by John in Fredonia, W2FS. You'll be after Taz. This is AB8MO. Take it away there, Taz.
AB8MO, Andy, Kilo 8 Tango Alpha Sierra. Thank you for picking up tonight's net. Doing a great job as always. Appreciate your dedication. And of course, I'm here. We'll pick up the file after the net. You're S9 510 over peaking. Good audio, good signal coming into Romulus. So thank you for being there. And to answer your question, Andy, yes, I've worked Tasmania. I have two coveted contacts I want to do. One is Vietnam. I've tried a few times on FT8. Didn't make it. And of course, India. India is another one. I have so many DX. I've worked the Indian Ocean, South Pacific. I've worked all over. And I even worked the Prince of Dubai. So, worked a lot of DX. I enjoy DX on sideband and all that stuff too. So, with that, enjoying everybody's comments. Today was a beautiful day. With that, I'll say 7-3. AB8MO KTAS. Thank you, Andy.
All righty. Well, thank you for replying. Thank you for replying to my inquiry, and glad to hear that you have made contact with Tasmania since I last asked. So, you know what? I haven't worked Vietnam either. I was just looking at my logs as soon as you said Vietnam, and you know what? I was like, I don't think I've worked him either, although I did think I did see a couple decodes on 20 meters, or maybe it was 17, and I did try to work him, and no dice there. I do have India, but I don't have Vietnam either. I have trouble working. I did see, let's see, I have Kazakhstan. It was like another stan of Tajikistan, the one with the T, Tajikistan, I see, and they were strong, and it was just egging me on. I was trying to work them for a half hour, just could not get through, and pulled up PSK reporter. Nobody in Tajikistan was hearing me, so or seeing my signal. I guess it would be hearing. It would not be hearing if it's digital, but it was frustrating, but that's the way it works. Here's a guy who doesn't get to, who apparently can work St. Helena really easily. W2FF, John, how you doing? And stand by Bori PFC. You will be after John. Take it away there, John.
Okay. Oh, no.
I got an O out of that.
Let me redo this. Call me back in another 1 or 2 feet.
W2FS, John, you're up.
John, you there, buddy?
Well, he was there. His amp kicked out.
Yeah, I heard a out of that. That was about it. So I know he's there, John. We're not hearing you, but well, like I mentioned with Paul, hopefully you aren't running your radio at a heater or tripped a breaker, but who knows? But yeah, just jump back in there with the recheck. We'll get back to you. Love to hear your comments there. Let's go to Monroe and see what Maury is up to, and then stand by. Let's see here. I think it's our first Bob of the night. I think we only got one Bob in here so far. So we don't have a Bob-less night. That's good so far. I think we have a George-less night, but hopefully that will change as well. WBAPFC, how you doing, Maury? AB8MO.
Recap.
Well, John, if that was you, we just heard one blip, or I heard reet, and that was it. So something keeps cutting out still.
Yeah, well, how can that be doing that again? No, all right, we'll let him get away with that. I'm on, wow. All right, yeah, I do have some work going on here, but it's not perfect. The one thing that's happened to me today is that I did get the contact of, I think it's Niue, N-I-U-E, and that's in between Samoa and Tonga. As you could tell, I'm still beeping here. But I think that's about as far as I should go until I find out what's going on with this thing. This is W2FS.
All right, John, I eked you out there. Yeah, you're not as, I don't know what if your amp keeps kicking out or what, but you were just above my static level there. But I got most everything you said there. Let's see, back in the summer there was a D-Expedition to Tonga, and I got their QSL card. It's one of the few QSL cards I actually got that I ordered. So good going on that. And yeah, I think you were the one. It was either a Bill, but I think it was either you or Bill, but I'm pretty sure it was you who I saw work St. Helena, about a couple weeks ago that I was trying to get. So thanks for being with us, John, and hopefully you can figure out what's going on over there. Like I said, I was hearing you, but you were kind of light. All righty, Maury, thanks for standing by. Either that or we put you to sleep. WBAPFC to take it from AB8MO and stand by KUZ.
Boy, I just came back in the door, and here I go. Well, it's good to hear everybody on the net who I have heard. Haven't heard very many of them, but anyway, I just got back, and so everything's okay on Monroe, and I think I'm transmitting. I'm not sure. There's nothing on the meters. Hope everybody has a good day and better tomorrow. WB8PSC.
All right, Maury. Well, hey, it worked in your favor because, John, we were having a little trouble with John for some reason, and I called you and you weren't there. So that worked out okay. At least we were able to hear something out of John, more than just a syllable. So very good there, Maury. Well, you're getting out. I copied you just fine. So no problems there. Let's go to the blowtorch of Windsor, as I like to call them. I got to reach down and turn the volume now down here a little bit, and then stand by Greg CGS. You will be after Bob. Take it away there, Bob. This is AB8MO.
AB8MO. This is VE3KUZ, Bob in Windsor. And no blowtorch tonight. Just running barefoot with the ICOM 7300. So Probably not putting out a whole lot of signal there tonight. I've got both amps on the table here. Finally got my parts in from Harbach, and I'm doing all the mod upgrades on these things. I just about got the one done. I just have to put it all back together again. It's all the wires are soldered and everything. Just got to check it over and put the tubes back in it and test it out. But the other one's going to be off for a while. So yeah, just running barefoot tonight, and yeah, I'm glad you could fill in tonight. I was supposed to be helping a friend with a construction or reconstruction of a room that the ceiling caved in the other day because they got a hole in the roof, and well, the roofers canceled on them. They're not going to do it now till next week, so no sense fixing up the room until it's all fixed up and patched up. So on the roof, don't want any more water coming through. Anyway, again, thanks, Andy, for doing it. Yeah, I'm just getting over a cold here. I don't know what the heck this thing is. It's not a really bad one, but it's really annoying. Anyway, back to you, AB8MO from VE3KUZ.
All right, Bob. Yeah, well, yeah, you're not your usual booming self, but I heard everything you said, no problem. Static crashes are coming up, though. So the band was very, very quiet about an hour ago, and now it's not so quiet. So, colds are annoying. Yeah, I am just getting over one. If I had to run the net yesterday, I don't think I could have, because I still was too exhausted and too wiped out. I actually ended up staying home Monday and Tuesday from work because I was so sick, and I'm actually just well enough now. I don't know if you still hear it in my voice or not, but it's still not quite where it should be. But apparently I'm doing better than Mark. So glad we could have you in here, Bob. And I'm guessing you're talking about your one-tube wonder that's going to be out of commission for a while. But anyway, look forward to hearing you back up here at full power here real soon. Alrighty, next I'm going to move to Greg KCGS. I know I'm a little past due here, but after Greg, I will take a standby for check-in, so you don't have to wait too much longer. KCGS, how you doing? How are things in Coloma this evening?
Hey, Andy. Things are going fine here. Greg here in Southwest Michigan, KHCGS. And things are going okay. Just real frustrated. It's sunny, but it's cold as all get out. Well, excuse me, let me clear my throat. But I was looking at the forecast, and I think we're going to actually maybe get into some 70s next week, so that would be nice. And, yeah, hey, Andy, the band's coming up. You're 5'9", sometimes peaking 10 over. Maury was the same way. He was 5'9", so it's working good. And I get to get up at 5 in the morning and have a neighbor drive me and go get an upper endoscopy, and I tell you what, sticking in a camera in my stomach is not, I don't know about that, but if he shows up with a GoPro, I'm running. But it's interesting, I did have a discussion with him when I met with the doctor a couple weeks ago, and, you know, they kind of give you like a truth serum. If any of y'all had this, you know it's a part of the drug. It's got a cocktail of stuff. And the last one he goes and he said fentanyl. I looked at him and I went, is that from El Paso? He goes, no, we got the good stuff. So we'll see. If I don't show up tomorrow night, I may be one of those unfortunate statistics, not making a joke out of the serious issue we have with fentanyl at all. It's just that I did not want to take it. That's all I've got, Andy. K8CGS, back to you, my friend.
Comment?
All righty. Go ahead there, Sam, with your comment.
Well, thank you much there, Andy. Hey, Greg, if you're going for an upper endoscope, they're probably going to give you some propofol with maybe a little fentanyl in a mild professional dose. and you'll probably be laughing on your way when you wake up and go ha-ha, and hopefully the exam will go in an uneventful manner and nothing will be wrong with you. But I had one of those a while back, and no biggie. And if they give you propofol with fentanyl, yeah, you'll be a happy camper. Have a good one, and good luck. We'll be thinking about you, buddy. Back to net control. Thank you, Andy. NXUY.
Thanks, Sam.
All right, got the acknowledgement there. All right, Sam and Greg. All right, you said endoscopy, and I'm like, what does that mean? You're gonna poke something up somewhere, and I'm glad you said into the stomach. I wasn't sure where. I think I put cameras just about anywhere anymore. So sounds like it's no sweat. Laughing gas never. I don't know why they call it laughing gas. It never made me laugh, although it does kind of make you feel good, I guess, and that's kind of they're kind of making you spaced out. That's about all it does. So I wasn't allowed to be put out for my ear surgery because they needed to test my hearing to make sure that they did the bone reconstruction properly. So I was sedated, and I didn't really. I could tell it sounded like a jackhammer going off in my head the whole time with all the stuff that they were doing. But I was just like, and that was about it. Anyway, you guys didn't want to hear all that, so thanks, Greg, for being there. Yeah, you've come way up. You were just on my noise at Prenet, but you're a good solid 5.9 copy now. So before I get to Brad, I'm going to take a standby for check-ins here. I know I'm a couple minutes past due, so thank you for patiently waiting. And I am taking additional check-ins now for the Wolverine single sideband net. Please call.
Kilo Delta 8, Hotel Tango Tango, Dan, Madison Heights.
All right, got 88HTT, Dan, 29. Anybody else?
Alpha Kilo 8 Lima.
All right, Alpha Kilo 8 Lima. Bruce from Willis, not Bruce Willis. You are 30. Anybody else?
Nancy 8 Echo, Radio Victor.
And Eve RV Tom of Yale got you at 31. Anybody else?
How far down the list you got me? WG8W.
Okay, you are 28, and I'm calling 18, and there are 3 in and outs in between. So you got about a half a dozen.
Thank you.
All righty. Anybody else? All righty. Let's get back to work. KC9KRX, if you're hearing me, if you're near the radio, it is your turn, and then stand by small block Chevy Ray. You will be after Brad. KC9KRX, you are up. This is ABNMO on the Wolverine single sideband net. KC9KRX, Brad, are you there?
Nothing heard.
All right, yeah, my static levels, my static crashes are increasing tremendously here. That's the one bad thing about a loop. That's a static crash catcher. You can hear lightning, can hear thunderstorms hundreds of miles away with no trouble. Thank you for the assist there, Doris. All right, nothing heard from Brad. Let's see if we can pull out Ray there. He's usually there. Somebody will hear him anyway. KJ4SPC to take it, and then stand by Harold AVT. You will be after Ray. Take it away there, Ray.
dump truck sitting in the backyard that's got about a 4-inch dump body or bed in it. It's got 4 inches of water in it now. So, hey, we got at least 4 inches of rain, and we have to dump this thing out and run all over. Other than that, not a whole lot going on. Kind of cool and north wind and, kind of cold when you get outside. So, other than that, not a lot going on. So we're going to say hello to all the Wolverines up there. Everyone have a great evening. And thank you for checking me in and getting us caught in here. And I do have the list for the next one. This is Kilo Juliet Forest here about tonight. I'm going to turn it back over to 88MO. Take it away, sir. Doing a fantastic job.
All right there, Ray. I got too much static to copy you direct, but I did hear you through the SDR. So very good there. Sounds like you had a nice day down there in Tennessee, and it's a little chilly up here, up north there. But well, as others have been saying, it's supposed to get into the 70s, and I guess it's rumored to get close to 80 by next week. But we'll see. That's subject to change, I think. So thanks for being with us, Ray. I don't know if you're hearing me or not, or if you were just watching the pink line. So I try to run the pink line so people know that they're coming up even if they can't hear me. All right, thanks for being with us, Ray. Thank you for all you do for the Wolverine Net and the Hurricaners. Was it the Gulf Coast Hurricane Net, or I don't know. I got to figure out that name officially here. Yeah, I'll look it up on the internet, I guess. KE8AVT Harold, how are things in Waterford? And then stand by Mark in Waverly. You will be after Harold. Take it away there, Harold.
This is Harold, KE8AVT here in Waterford. Well, it's been a pretty good day. I started out trying to do some more of my income tax. Oh, how much fun that is. And I ran into a problem that one of my credit unions is doing a what is it, IRA on me. And the income tax program is telling me that it's going to charge me, a fee or a penalty of over $1,000 because I haven't done this or that or something else. So I took off and headed down to Southfield or below to talk with the credit union and try and straighten that mess out, see what's going on. By the time I got back, I came right back and had a little note on the door that they had done the seeding of the lawn for weeds and stuff like that. I wish I had been here. I've heard bad rumors about that. Other than that, it's been kind of a nice day, and so it's nice to get back home, sit down in the chair, and relax a little bit before I go back and fight with the income tax again. With that, I'm going to turn it back to you. AV8MO, this is KE8AVT. I'll be listening.
All righty, Harold, you come through the static just fine there. All righty. Well, $1,000 in penalties there, I wouldn't want that either. I don't know who would. So hopefully the credit union got you straightened out there. And that, I guess that would be a trip well worthwhile to get that straightened out. So hopefully that's all taken care of there, Harold. Thank you for being with us this evening, and you're sounding good. Let's go to Waverly, somewhere in Ohio, and see what Mark is up to. WO8A, and then I will take a standby for check-ins after Mark. Take it away there, Mark. This is AD8MO.
AD8MO, this is WO8A. I'm in southern Ohio, way south, about 30 miles north of the Ohio River in the central part of the state. Some 20 miles north of Portsmouth and about 70 south of Columbus on Route 23. You guys are familiar with reading and writing in 23. I'm one of those characters. But everyone sounds great. I'm enjoying the net. I'm playing all that the loop and that staticky a little bit, but I tell you what, I can hear everybody, and I hope you guys are copying me. So have a good day, and hang in there like a hair in a biscuit. This is WO8A, clear.
All right, WO8A Mark from beautiful southeast Ohio. That's a nice area, nice rugged terrain, relatively rugged. That's the Appalachian Highlands there, I guess as they call it. I know roughly where you are there. You look like, you're like over 20 over S9 here, so I would not know you're even that far away. You sound like you're right next door. So you're sounding good there, Mark. Thank you for being with us this evening. And with that, I'm going to go here and take a standby for check-ins before I go back to Bill in Bath, who will be after I take a standby here. If you'd like to get on the list, this is the Wolverine Single Sideband Net. This is AB8MO. Please call now. All right, now my static crashes are over S9. Any relays?
Nothing heard.
All right, I think I'm going to turn the attenuator on now. All righty, N2CT Bill, how are things in Bath? And then standby Eric RNA, who I'm probably not going to be able to copy. But Eric, you will be after Bill. Take it away there, Bill.
Okay, well, thank you there, Andy. Well, things aren't too bad here. It's 50 degrees. Now the sun came out. Now it sort of went away. A little cloudy here. Not too bad. Sort of a beautiful day. It's actually, for this early in April, it's fairly nice here. I can't believe it. Normally it's worse than this. So if I'm seeing the sunshine, you must really be seeing it out there. So good hearing everybody out there. Yes, there's a few static crashes, but you are making the trip here pretty good into New York State. So ABM80, this is N2CT, back to you.
All right, Bill. Yeah, you got your good usual good signal in the northeast Ohio, and John usually does too. I don't know what was going on with John's signal, but I was able to copy John, and it was just really light. But you came through just fine. So thanks for the report from Bath, and sounds like you got some sunshine. It's kind of hazy sun. There's a lot of cirrus clouds. It's a decorative sky. It's pretty, but of course it is chilly. But I don't mind it as long as the sun is out. If it's a little chilly, it makes it feel that much more bearable, at least to me anyway. I don't handle a lot of heat very, very well. I guess I handle cold better than I handle heat, but that's the way it goes. I guess if I want to, that's the way it goes here in this part of the country. You get all four seasons and sometimes extremes of such. So anyway, thank you for being with us, Bill. Let's head over to Blanchardville. I still can't say that. Wisconsin, Mr. Sunday Night, KD9RNA, and then standby Neil NB9D, who's rocking on the N8SOB remote. You will be after Eric. Take it away there, Eric.
AB8MO, this is KD9RNA. Hey, thanks for getting me in here tonight, Andy, and picking up the net for Bob and Mark. So doing a good job, and you come up quite a bit now. I got you at about S8 or S9 and can hear you 100%. Really good day around here today, man. 50 degrees and sunny, and, it was an unbelievable full moon last night. I couldn't believe how bright it was outside. So it's been a pretty good day around here. Got the rest of that oak tree cleaned up today, and the big rounds up in the splitting pile, and I'll probably be working on that over the next few days. But the driveway's all cleaned up and squared away and passable again, so that's the important part. Other than that, not much else for you, so enjoy the net. Have a great evening to you and everybody on the Wolverine Single Sideband Net. This is KD9RNA sending it back to AB8MO.
All righty, very good there. What's your call sign? KD9RNA. This is AB8MO. You made it in there. Well, if it wasn't for my S9 static crashes, I would copy you. But the SDR, I was hearing you just fine, no problem. We definitely have to do some spring cleaning as well. Got some branch and limb damage from the last 2 weekends of wind storms and just your typical pickup stuff from the lawn before you cut it. That always has to be done, or you might have trouble, or might have trouble with the lawnmower. That's for sure. So anyway, let's go down to Neil, and then stand by, Rod. WG8W, you'll be after Neil. This is AB8MO.
Hey, AB8MO, this is NB9D, November Bravo 9 Delta, Neil in Bedford, New Hampshire, on the world-famous N8SOB remote link. And, yep, we're having a lot of fun out here. Sean, it really, my hat's off to him because it sounds really dialed in, and everyone's sounding great. Today, well, it started off about 4 a.m. Our dog woke us up. And then we took a short nap after that, and the next thing we knew, it was about 7:45 in the morning. So the day was off to kind of an early but a late start. It turned out to be an awesome day, about 60 degrees here currently. Excuse me, a little muggy out there. But all in all, just a gorgeous day. We're just so happy, and that it's getting a little warmer out there, and it's nice to see. I don't mind the rain, and better rain than snow, I suppose. Other than that, nothing else much new to report here. But I just want to say again, thank you to our friend Sean, N8SOB. Really appreciate it, and it's such a pleasure to be able to get out here and with such great company. With that, we'll send it back to Net Control. Thank you. NB9D.
Alrighty, boy, I didn't know it was world famous, but hey, I learned something new today. Alrighty, very good. And thank you, Sean, for the assist with helping Neil there. You're sounding loud and in charge, and even with the attenuator on, you're almost 10 over S9. But yeah, it's getting tough here with the static crashes here. But hey, that's what spring and summer bring, a noisy band sometimes. So anyway, we're doing okay here. I think. Well, we'll see here. Well, we're almost to the bottom of the list here. WG8W, Rod, how you doing this evening? And then stand by HTT Dan in Madison Heights. You will be after Rod. Take it away there, Rod.
All right, thank you. AB8MO, WG8W, Rod here in Indian River, Michigan. We're just 30 miles south of the Mackinac Bridge, and we got a beautiful sunny day out there. It's 42 degrees, but we got a whole lot of wind. It's breezy. It's enough to blow you away. I just hoping my antennas survive. We're supposed to continue with the wind until 9 p.m. tonight, and it's supposed to let off some. So hopefully everything will survive that. Thanks for getting me in there, Andrew. Nice to hear you. Got a good signal coming into northern Michigan. Well, last Thursday, 1 week ago, I was in the hospital undergoing total knee replacement, and I've been to therapy twice now. My second turn was today. The next time I go to therapy will be on Monday. But she gave me a bunch of exercises to do, and so I got to keep on top of things. And I've still got a lot of pain from the knee surgery, but each day is getting less. And that's good because I was starting to run out of the pain pills. They gave me a bunch of pain pills, but I don't think they gave me enough. But hopefully, what I got left will take care of it, my needs there. Because I'll tell you what, if you get knee surgery, you'll find out it hurts like heck. But it does go away, and after it's gone, you never have no more problems. At least I didn't with my left knee. My left knee went well, and I had the same issue, a lot of pain the first week or so. And now I'm doing with my right knee, and hopefully I'll be on top of things here pretty soon. So anyhow,
nice to be here on the wonderful Wolverine Net. I did get my little red wagon card, and I appreciate them awards when I can get on here to get them. And let's see, other than that, I don't have much else to add here onto the net. You got a pretty big list here. And so I'm not sure how long I'll stick around. I should be getting shout call in a minute here, so thanks for picking me up, Andrew, and have a wonderful evening and nice net there. 73s, this is WG8W.
WG8W, this is AB8MO. All righty, yeah, you got a good signal up here as well, or down here rather. Yeah, it's looking in there, the SDR that I got up in Traverse City. No wonder you're 40 over S9 into it, because you aren't that far away. But I do pretty good too. I'm peaking at about 10 to 15 over now, so I actually am getting a pretty good signal up there too. Not 40 over, but hey, that's pretty respectable, I guess. So things are coming around here on the band, and it's widening and going a little longer. So I think I'm hearing just about everybody at one shape or another. I don't think there's anybody that I absolutely haven't heard. So that is a good thing. So very good on the knee replacement. I do a little bit at work. So a coworker that I worked with, that she said she wished she would have had it done sooner because overall it was definitely worth the little bit of time of being in pain. But hey, you definitely know what that's all about. So you had the one knee done, now you had the other, and hopefully you'll be good to rock and roll for many years there. Thanks for being with us, Rod. Let's see, remember 205. I think it's easy to say you are the veteran here tonight. So thank you for bringing that low number to the net. And let's go to Dan, who also has a pretty low number too, actually, 391, KD8HTT. How are things in Madison Heights? And then stand by Bruce from Willis. You will be after Dan. Take it away there, Dan.
Oh, thanks a lot. Thanks for doing it, Andrew. This is KD8HTT, Southeastern Michigan. I got a reasonable copy on everybody. Indian River, banging in here. But we're down here in Madison Heights, which is about 10 miles north of Detroit. Anyhow, not much to report, really. Just wanted to get out here and give you one for the numbers more than anything, and just messing around with ham radio today. And man, I think it's a little bit short, but it's getting longer. Net control is Q5 copyable. At times you're 10 over without any trouble, you know. It's just kind of wishy-washy tonight, but that's ham radio. Everybody sounds good, though, you know. As long as you can get it, as long as you can get them, that's all that matters. But all right, I'll let you roll on. Thanks for doing it, and we'll check in with you probably from Oscoda. We're probably heading up there tomorrow, and then we'll be operating portable from the other QTH. So we'll catch you then. Have a good one. This is KD8HTT, back to net control.
All righty, very good there, Dan. KD8HTT from AB8MO. Yeah, my static crashes are getting pretty strong now. So I was hearing you when the static crashes weren't there, but I had to turn up the SDR, and I heard you fine through the SDR. So glad to hear I'm making it up there. I'm only running barefoot to 100 watts. I don't have a working amp currently, so 100 watts is all you guys are getting. So I'm glad it's working, and you guys are hearing me just fine. I know it's time for check-ins here, but I only got 2 more on the list here. So if you guys would just hang tight for those waiting to check in, I only got 2 more on the list, and then it'll be instant up here. So let's get Bruce from Willis, and then stand by Tom in Yale. You'll be after Bruce. AK8L from AB8MO. How you doing there, Bruce?
Okay there. Good evening, Andy, and everybody else out there on the net tonight. Andy, I think this is the first time I've heard you running the net. Not that you haven't done it that much before, it's just that I haven't been on that much to hear all the new controllers yet. So yeah, you're doing a nice job, too, with it. So, and good signal, good audio. So Yeah, I come down here after dinner. Going to pack up a few tools, and I'm also heading down to northeast Ohio there, Geneva on the lake, and we're going to open the place up for summer from winter mode. And, of course, it's up for sale right now, and we got a sale pending, so want to get things set up for summer for the new owner there. So, but anyhow, I just, like I say, still hit and miss trying to get in here. Just too much other stuff going on. Had to deal with the air conditioner with the house down in Florida today, too, so the fun never ends. So, anyhow, good to be in here. I'm hearing most everybody. Static's kind of light up here in Michigan, so I even heard small block Chevy down there in Tennessee a little bit. So, anyhow, good copy. Good to be back in here, and hopefully I can get back in here sooner. So, back to you there, Andy, 84MO, AK8L.
All right, Bruce. Yeah, sounds good there. All right, Geneva on the lake. Yeah, that's about not quite an hour drive to my northeast. So yeah, that's not too bad there. Yeah, that's kind of a nice resorty type enclave. I mean, Geneva really isn't, but Geneva on the lake, I think there's a little ice cream shop and a few other goodies there to attract the summertime crowd. And you know, I think they got a nice. I know the Geneva State Park up there has got a really nice beach. Been up there a couple times. So anyway, very good there. Yeah. Well, I don't know when you said. I didn't hear when you said you were coming over to Geneva, but I don't know. Maybe we could meet up somewhere or sometime there, get an eyeball with each other. Maybe when you're on your way up there, because if you're gonna, I'm thinking. I gather you're gonna be headed up I-90, and the nearest approach to I-90 to me is about a half-hour drive to. The closest point would be I-90 and State Route 44 near Paynesville. So anyway, maybe we could connect there sometime there, Bruce. All right, I'm going to, last one on the list, bottom of the list of my current list, but not least, I don't think, is Tom in Yale. And then I will take a standby and see if there's any more check-ins. NADRV, how you doing there, Tom? This is AB8MO.
Well, good evening, Net Control, and everybody on the net. Hopefully you all had a good day. Kind of a good day here. I was kind of bad, though. I laid down about 2 o'clock and took me a long Social Security nap. So I'm kind of like wide awake now, but sunny day today, not much to speak of. A little bit of wind. It's 47.2 degrees here currently. And not really been up to a whole lot. I watched that Tiger baseball game today. It was about, about the gist of once I got done, that's when I took my nap. So for that, I think it's Andy. You're doing a pretty good job, static or not. But I'm also on a loop here with an ICOM 7300. So. With that, we'll turn it back to your Andy, and you can see if you can dig up some more people for the list. KB8AMO, I think it's AMO, NADRV.
All right, Tom. Well, all you got to do is remember your call sign, and no problem there. All righty, you're sounding good there, Tom. Yeah, I'm glad to hear I do an acceptable job as Net Control. They haven't fired me yet, so I guess I don't do too bad. Thanks for being with us, and you sound good from Yale. All right, folks, I know I'm a little bit past the quarter of the hour, but I wanted to finish running the list, and I am at the bottom of the list. Are there any additional check-ins for the Wolverine single sideband net? Please call AB8MO.
AB8MO, this is Whiskey Bravo 8, Bravo Hotel Kilo.
All right, I got Whiskey Bravo 8. Can you give me the suffix again, please?
Yeah, Whiskey Bravo 8, Bravo Hotel Kilo, Herb in Mount Gilead, Ohio. Over.
Herb, I got it that time. Yeah, my static crashes are awful. So got you in there, Herb, in Mount Gilead. I can't believe I actually heard you better through the SDR than direct. Anybody else? All righty, I don't hear anything. If you guys hear anything that I don't, which is entirely possible because with the attenuator on, my static crashes are almost 20 over S9 now. Herb, how are things in Mount Gilead? WB8BHK from AB8MO. Take it away there.
Yeah, real good, Andrew. AB8MO and the net this evening. This is WB8BHK. Things are good in Ohio. Things are real good in Ohio, Andrew. And you commented that I was stronger on the SDR than direct, and you're stronger on the SDR here too as well. I'm currently using the SDR receiver in Tustin, Michigan, not too far away from you. Speaking of not too far away from you, we're going to be pretty close to you this summer. We're going to be doing some volunteer work at the Rogers City 40-Mile Point Lighthouse first 2 weeks in August. So we'll be up in your neck of the woods. But anyway, it's been kind of a overcast day and about 50 degrees or so here in Ohio. The sun did start to come out later this afternoon, and it's going to be a little bit warmer tomorrow. So we're looking forward to a good Friday. Hi. Nothing else to add to the net. Very good evening to everybody, and I'm glad I was able to sneak in here before you had to close things up. Back to AB8MO, WB8BHK, over.
Very good there, Herb. Yeah, well, if it wasn't for all the static crashes, we'd probably hear each other just fine. It's sort of strange. You and I are probably one of the closest ones to each other, at least on the net here, and we're having trouble hearing each other. All right, Tussin's a good one, too. I haven't figured out which one works better for me, the one in Traverse City or the one in Tussin. They both, I think the one in Traverse City, you seem to hear better DX. The one in Tustin seems to hear better locally, but they both perform very, very well. So it's kind of a toss-up to me. So very good there. Glad to hear I'm booming into Tussin. I know I'm getting about 15 over S9 in the Traverse City. So either one, I'm sure, is hearing me just fine. Too bad we can't hear each other direct tonight. All right. Thanks for being with us, Herb. All righty. Back at the bottom of the list, are there any additional check-ins or comments for the Wolverine single sideband net? Please call AB8MO. Taking any additional check-ins. I know it's a noisy night, but hey, we're a friendly bunch here, and we'll try to get you in here. We got lots of good ears out there, lots of good antennas, and some of us who run loops that just catch static, and I'm one of them. So, but we'll get you in here. If you'd like to get on the list to say hello, or even in and out, that's fine. Please call AB8MO. Well, I'm trying to give this the old college try here, folks. I'm not going to dance on my head. I can't really do any tricks, but if I could, I would. If you'd like to get on the list, check into the Wolverine single sideband net, please call AB8MO.
November 8th, Tango India Mike.
Hi, Tim.
All right, November 8th, Tango India, Mike, Tim, and Hale. And who else was in there?
KC9 KRX returning.
All right, got you in there, Brad. Stand by, Tim. You are 33, but let me pick up Brad here before I lose him again. KC9KRX, how you doing there, Brad? And then stand by, Tim.
All right, 88MO, KC9KRX. Good evening, Andy. Hey, I was out there doing the dinner thing, so other than that, we're doing okay, and hope everybody's doing okay, and just want to at least get in here, at least wave a hand to you and say howdy, it's all, and hope everybody has a good evening there, and we'll let you continue on with the list there, and we'll try to stick around if we can. 88MO, KC9KRX.
All right, Brad. Yeah, you came through nice and strong there. I heard you on the pre-net. You were kind of light, but I heard you just fine there. So despite all the heavy static that I got going on now, you made it through just fine. Okay, well, that explains why I missed you on your call up there, but we got you in there. And then, so thanks for being with us, Brad and Tim. Thank you so patiently waiting, and thank you for being with us this evening. If I could just get my words straight, that would be even better. N8TIM, how are things in Hale this evening? This is AB8MO.
AB8MO, this is N8TIM, Tim here in Hale. Well, it was a pretty windy day up here, a few power outages, and my power went on and off a couple times. Other than that, it was beautiful sunny, just a lot of wind. Not a lot going on, just waiting for that spring. The ice finally melted off the lake, so it can't be too much longer. So we'll turn it back to you, Andrew. This is N8TIM saying God bless and 73.
All right, Tim. Hey, God bless and 73 to you, too. Thanks for taking the time to check in with me this evening. Apparently, most others are not getting the static crashes I am, but it's getting a little tough here, so maybe it's good I got a little bit shorter list here. All righty, I'm back at the bottom of the list. Are there any additional check-ins or comments for the Wolverine single sideband net? Please call. All right, is that November 8, November Echo?
Roger.
Well, hello there, boy. You're in another Burton, Burton, Michigan. That is. How you doing there? You go by Robert or Bob? Go ahead there. Make a comment there, please. Over.
Yeah, I go by Bob usually, but yeah, that's given name is Robert. But yeah, I'm surprised you got me in Burton, which is where I am, and lots of bright sunshine on the wall. Not very noisy here, but it has been noisy on 80 meters in the morning.
Yeah, definitely. I know what you're saying there. It's been noisy the last few days. It's been kind of crazy with all the thunderstorms. But hey, it is that time of year, and yeah, I'm really close to Burton, Ohio. I'm technically in the town of Newberry, but the back of the property line is Burton Township, Ohio. So yeah, when I saw Burton, Michigan pop up, I've got we use NetLogger here on the net, and it queries QRZ. So that's how I knew you were in Burton, Michigan. Over to you there, Bob.
Okay, yeah, I just was listening just a few minutes and heard you were at the bottom of the list, and I haven't been on the net in quite a while, too long actually. Say good evening to everyone that's listening that can hear anyway. Running the ALS 600 at about 400 watts here from Burton, a little bit east of Flint. N8NE.
Good to hear you, Bob.
All right, sounded like a word from our net manager, N8XUY there. Thank you, Bob. Long time no talk to, but we're glad that you made it back here to say hello, and you know where to find us every single day, and hopefully you can get in there. So from basically Burton, Ohio to Burton, Michigan, you're making it just fine. Or maybe it's the other way around. Burton, Michigan to Burton, Ohio. You're making it in here to the Ohio side of Burton. You take care there, Bob. Thanks for being with us. All righty. Any other additional check-ins, please call AB8MO. This is the Wolverine single sideband net.
Echo, KK, Tennessee.
All right. I doubled to somebody. Was that you, Donnie?
Yeah, that was Donnie.
Okay, I unkeyed, and all I heard was Echo PKK. All righty, Donnie, how you doing this evening? Take it away there, Wolverine 634. How are things in Tennessee this evening?
Every day. It's rained all day today, and it's about 46 degrees out there. And we've had about 3 inches of rain today, but they claim this is it.
3 3 inches of rain. Holy cow, you got any flood warnings down there? Or, I mean, it's been kind of soggy up here, too. We've had plenty of rain, and it's definitely not dry enough to cut the grass. I'm glad that we don't have to cut the grass because I think we get stuck. So, are you managing there with all that rain?
Well, I tell you, this addict up here is about to kill me. I can't hear across the street. Let me let you go. KK4 Echo KK in Clarksville, Tennessee. We're going to turn it back over to you.
All righty, Donnie. I actually am hearing more of what you're saying than I was hearing Ray, which is kind of strange. It just was, let's see, Ray checked in. I think he was, well, he probably commented about a half hour ago or maybe an hour ago, and that's how much the band has changed. So you actually came up, I was hearing you, most of what you said. I think you said you had 3 inches of rain. So maybe I heard that wrong. So you have a good one there, Donnie. Thanks for being with us. That brings me again at the bottom of the list. If anybody would like to check in to the Wolverine single sideband net, please call AB8MO.
Kilo Delta 9, Mary Queen Echo.
Kilo Delta 9, Mike Quebec Echo. QSL?
Roger, roger.
All righty, how you doing there? KD9MQE, looks like the name is Paul. You got a good signal in from Wisconsin. Give us a transmission.
Yes, sir. This is Kilo Delta 9, Queen Echo. I didn't get your name or your call. I apologize. I'll listen up on your return. Playing around today with 20 to 150. On-ground loop receiving antenna, winding up some transformers to match it to 75 and 50 ohm. 75 because I have a 75 ohm runs a coax with BNCs. I'm on them already, going out to where I wish to join up with the antenna, then into the shotgun. Anyway, that's the project today, playing around with that. I think I got it pretty well figured out. I got the analyzer out. Took a look at the transformers. They seem to be doing a pretty good job on the matching 400 to 50 anyway. Nice day here, Tomahawk, Wisconsin. My name is Paul, and we're on the shores of beautiful Lake Killarney, part of the flowage system coming out of the willow flowage. We're below the willow flowage. I guess that's about it. Just want to say howdy to everybody out there, and we'll catch you or hear you next time on the radio. Over.
All righty, very good there. I had to turn up the SDR because the static crashes were killing you. But I was hearing what you were saying between the static crashes, but I wanted to hear everything you said. So very good there, Paul. Well, you got a good signal down here from Tomahawk. Like I said, my static crashes are getting pretty intense now. They really started picking up here in the last half hour. But Paul, name here is Andy, Alpha November Delta Yankee, and I'm located in the town of Newberry, Ohio, which is right next door to Burton, Ohio, which is what my address actually is. So I'm in northeast Ohio, just east of Cleveland there. I think you've checked into the net before, but we're glad to have you, and we're here every single day we start at 2200 UTC, which, let's see, Wisconsin time, which at least currently would be 5 p.m., but we do stick with UTC, so when the clocks change, the net actually moves around plus or minus an hour depending on the year, but we're on the later schedule now with daylight saving time. So anything else for the net there, Paul? Over?
No, I don't think so. Yeah, I have another net I just finished up with it here about 20 minutes ago, and I had to go do some honeydews. I've been trying to get in this area, in this frequency range here, and join you people. Hopefully, I will try to become a card-carrying member. Thank you very much. 7-3 for KD9MQE.
All righty, very good there. KD9 MQE, this is AB8MO. Well, we would love to have you as a Wolverine. It's not required. We got a few guys in here who check in quite regularly. Have been with us for quite some time, and they just never pursued membership. And hey, that's okay. We still treat them just like family, just the same. So very good there, Paul. You take care, and glad to hear all is well in Tomahawk. All righty, this is AB8MO with the Wolverine single sideband net. Are there any additional check-ins? I'm at the bottom of the list. If you'd like to check in, please call. Check-ins, taking any additional check-ins. I'm at the bottom of the list. It is instant up. If you'd like to check in at a Wolverine single sideband net, please call AB8MO.
Kilo Charlie 9, India Victor Oscar.
Oh, I heard somebody out there. You're right down in my noise level. Can I get an assist, please?
KC9 IVO. That'd be Harold in Rock Island, Illinois.
All righty. Thank you for the assist there, Sam. KC9IVO, Harold. How are you doing this evening? This is AB8MO on the Wolverine single sideband net.
Thanks for the relay there. And yeah, the signals are a little bit low for me tonight. For some reason, I don't know. It must be atmospheric conditions. Anyway, KC9, Harold over here in Rock Island, Illinois. I think the stand away is a little goofy here. Maybe that's part of the problem. Anyway, 54 degrees. We're just 60 today. But bright sunshine, plenty of bright sunshine all day, but it's windy. About 12 to 15 mile an hour wind. And just enough wind to make it a little bit chillier than it looks out there. Really looked nice out there until you got out in it. But hey, nice light jacket and some gloves. We were able to get out there for an hour or two at a time. A couple of different times there. We got out there for at least an hour and got stood right in the sunshine. Felt good there. If you could get out of the wind, it even felt better. Okay, so we got a little vitamin D, got a little fresh air out of the deal, got a chance to get up and move around just out of the old house there, so keep from getting cabin fever. Anyway, going to be nice all week long, man, so we should be in pretty good shape. We survived a tornado the other night, went over the top of us, and at the end of the street there, end of the alley there, headed east from my location here at the west end of the block, jumped over the top of us and just started tearing things up in an easterly direction from the end of the block on out, and then it started going to southerly direction also, and it caused a lot of damage. Most of the damage was done from fallen trees and whatnot, landing on houses. It did not tear the roofs off of any houses in my immediate neighborhood. And I think the one car got trees up on it, kind of destroyed it a little bit, but I don't think anybody got hurt. So other than a whole bunch of trees and rooftops and telephone poles and whatnot, we were out without power for about 8 hours. So we survived it anyway. That's kind of the report from Rock Island. Everybody have a great evening. Thanks for trying to get me in there. Thanks for the relay. KC9IVO, good evening. Over.
All right. righty, KC9IVO, this is ABNMO. Yeah, I had to listen to you through the SDR because my static level is just really, really bad. But I heard everything you said there, Harold. I'm glad that you didn't have any tornadoes come and touch down and wipe anything out there. That is always good news to hear. Yeah, we had a couple windstorms here the last couple weekends. The worst was, for me anyway, was 2 weeks ago. We had an outage at my place here for about 20 hours, and all the cell service was down too. All the cell towers, none of them had emergency backup. The beacon lights were not lit, so there were all the carriers are out. It wasn't just mine, which was T-Mobile, Verizon, and let's see, AT&T. They were all down for 20 hours. So I've never had that happen before. And this wasn't just at my tower. This was several towers. I had no cell service from basically my house, and I was traveling to Cleveland. Didn't have cell service all the way until I hit the Cleveland suburbs. So that's kind of a problem with somebody who doesn't have a landline, and they need to call 911. So like I said, we've had outages before, but never have had a cellular outage. And of course, when the power came back on, the cellular service came back. So I don't know why they don't have backup power at cell sites anymore, but they used to. But I guess they don't do that anymore. I don't know. I thought it'd be a requirement, but maybe not. But I'm glad to hear that all is well in Rock Island there, Harold. And thanks for being with us this evening. That brings me back to the bottom of the list. Are there any additional check-ins for the Wolverine single sideband net? Please call ABNMO. T14, uniform, Mike. Okay, I got a Q04, and then I got uniform, is that hotel, K4HUM? Good evening, everybody. All righty, okay, static crash got you there, but actually you got a pretty good signal. Come on in, Leonard. How you doing this evening? K4HUM, ABNMO. Hey, Brad, Roger, and I'm going to try to be here as often as possible. I'm just covering up for some rain coming through and a little wind, so that's not you hear this, but all good, and we're having a ball, and we want everybody to have a blessed yeah, it was when the static crashes weren't happening, I was hearing you fine there, Leonard, but it's kind of a tough night up here. I don't know how it is down there in Georgia, but other than that, you got a good signal, but like I said, it's kind of a tough copy. Thanks for getting in here, and you have yourself a good evening. I thought, you're regular enough that I was like, you know what, I think it's HUM, and sure enough, I got it right. So thanks for being with us, Leonard, and that brings me back to the bottom of the list. Let's see if I can get to 40. I need 39, and I need 2 more to hit 40, and then I'll be happy, especially on a staticky night like I'm getting tonight here. This is ABNMO, and I'm taking check-ins for the Wolverine single sideband net. Please call. All right, I didn't hear anything there, so I'm just going to make this the last and final call because it's getting harder and harder for me to pull anything out here. We might have some, it's clouding up here, so there may be some nearby thunderstorms. That may be my whole problem. So, last call. If you don't check in now, you're going to have to wait till tomorrow. But that won't be so bad because N8XUY will be taking the big chair, the hot seat, or whatever you want to call it there, and he's a friendly voice to talk to as well. If you don't want to talk to me, definitely talk to Sam, but he'll be around tomorrow there. But if you'd like to get in and talk with me today, this is your final opportunity. Please call ABNMO.
Hit KRQ.
All right. right, and I know that was NHKRQ. I don't know why I typed in a K. NHKRQ, and was there somebody else in there? All right, thought I heard somebody. NHKRQ. Robert, or you go by Bob or something else. How you doing there? Make us a transmission there. How are things in Caseville?
Okay, this is NHKRQ. I guess Bob's fine. And to Robert also. I think I learned that one from my mother. Other than that, nothing else going on. It's a decent day. It got sunny. I think the last time I looked, we were coming back from the Eagles, and I think it was like 40 or almost 50 degrees out there. And I like that. And get you out of the car, put it in the garage, and took a look. I said, Dorothy, look at the grass is starting to turn green. The snow is gone. And I'll never complain about cutting grass, I'll tell you that. That's all we got going from this end. And we'll say 7-3's all, and y'all have a good night and a better one tomorrow. The NHKRQ.
All righty, very good there, Bob. Well, yeah, I guess you don't have to shovel grass, and if you got a riding lawnmower, cutting grass isn't quite so bad. Of course, I live in the snow belt, so we get a lot of snow. So our snowblower is self-propelled. It's got a drive train on it, and it moves. So all I got to do is steer it. So it's not so bad. And it definitely is kind of a must when we get those 2 or 3 foot snowstorms, which oddly enough we didn't have any this year. And I think all they had to plow the driveway 2 or 3 times, which is really, really strange. We had a really, really mild winter, but we might wind up paying for it next year. Anyway, very good there, Bob. Thanks for checking in there and getting me 39. Let's see if I can get number 40 here. I just need one more check-in, and I can get 40 on the list here. If you'd like to get on the list, please call AB8MO.
Last call for check-ins on the Wolverine single sideband net. Give Andy your call sign.
Well, I guess if they didn't respond to you, Sam, they're not going to respond to me. Oh, darn it. I got to 39. Didn't quite hit 40, but hey, that's okay. It was still a good net there. I'd like to thank everybody who joined me on this edition of the Wolverine single sideband net. I'm just kind of a fill-in guy here, but normally you would either hear Mark or Bob here on Thursdays. So I'd like to thank everybody for checking in. This is AB8MO from Newberry, Ohio, closing this evening's edition of the Wolverine single sideband net at 23:49 UTC, and catch you guys all tomorrow at the same time, same channel, when N8XUI will be at your service. Thank you, and good night all 7-3. AB8MO is clear.
Nice work, Andy. We sure appreciate you jumping in here and doing the alternate work. You do such a great job. Have a wonderful Thursday evening. 7-3 to you. Go take a break. You did a great job here over the past few hours, and we sure do appreciate your effort. Thank you much. 7-3, my friend. N8XUY, Manchester, Michigan.
AB8MO, KTAS.
KAATAS, AB8MO. Thank you, Sam. Thank you for the comments there and the encouragement. I'm glad to hear all as well. How you doing there, Sam? Are you here to Sam Taz, are you here to tell me you have the file?
I have the file, my friend. Great job as always. Thank you, Andy, for being there. Great job there, my friend.
Well, thank you. All righty, excellent. Glad to hear you got the file there, Taz, and I'm going to get out of here because I'm already getting some some gobbledygook. So, yeah, it's good. I needed to get out here a little earlier anyway here, so this worked out well. I was prepared to work till 8:30, but it's going to make it a little bit easier on my schedule to get out here a little earlier. Good night, all 7-3. This is AB8MO.
Thanks again, Andy, 7-3. Tasman, have a great evening, my friend, and hope you and Doris have too much fun tonight. NAWY.
Great job, Andy, KHCGS.
Good night, Greg.
Sam, you and Cheryl.
Good night, Sam.
Thanks, buddy. Hey, Greg, have a good one, buddy. Hope you're feeling better.
Yeah, well, I hope they find something and they go, here, eat this pill for 10 days and you'll be healed.
Well, you know, if you've ever, the last time I had an envioscope, I got a 2-for-1. You know what that is?
No, I don't.
A 2-for-1 is, I get so much medical crap going on in my world. When I go in for an endoskop, they do a butt drill at the same time. And my big deal was like, hey, after you are done with me looking down my throat and you send me over to those other people, hopefully you're going to use a different tool, right?
Oh, man. You know, are you finished with your comment?
Yeah. I thought you'd get a kick out of that one.
Oh, I did, for sure. You know, the COVID shots and the vaccines and the bivariant or whatever, those were all Moderna. And when I got my first COVID shot, I would say for 10 days I could barely move because it felt like someone shot me in the stomach, and it started like hours after I got the shot. And I didn't even think, so I did the very sync thing or whatever you call it, where you go, how are you feeling and all this kind of stuff, and I filled that out. And after 2 weeks, whatever it was, it went away. And then, a month later you get the booster. And the booster, it hurt too. Not as bad as the other one, but it hurt a lot. But I would say in 6 days it was gone. And then, you go another however long and you get another booster. That one wasn't as bad as the first one, but it was not good. My stomach really hurt. But this last shot I had, which was in end of November, which was the bivariant, the booster plus something else, and I remember it was exactly 2 p.m. 2 hours after I got that shot. 3 days later, I was in the emergency room going, I'm dying. The pain was on a level of 8 to 10. It was bad. I did all the scans and everything, nothing wrong. That one never went away. And it's been going on that way since November. And that's why I've lost. I've gone from 168 to 145 just because of what I can't eat. So I took forever, 3 months to see a specialist. And I talked to him, 10 days, 2 weeks ago, and I asked him, I said, what is the coincidence of this? If I'm a betting man, I'm betting on this, but do we know anything about this? And he goes, I think he was being politically correct. He goes, there are some questions about how much research they've done on, RNA vaccinations and stuff. So we'll see. But man, something's got to be fixed. It's not good. Over.
Well, I got you. And I know you and I are both probably folks who want to get the details and the data. It sounds to me like if you're not allergic to the medicines that they're giving us, like, for me, man, I've had a lot of medicine, and I'm still on this side of the dirt for some reason, but that doesn't mean you can't have an allergic reaction to it. And I have had allergic reactions. So if you're allergic to Moderna, they need to know that this is something that's happening. Now, the other thing is, when they go and they look down in your throat and your tummy and all that, if this has been going on for a while, you could have like an ulcer or something that you may not even know about. And 8 years ago, when I ended up going to the hospital and found out I had cancer, I ended up going in because I spit up blood, and I ended up having an ulcer. And that led to additional examinations. Oh, by the way, you have these other issues, but So what's going on for your tummy? You know, there could be something else that could be easy to fix. The ulcer was really easy to fix. The other stuff for me was a little more difficult. So I'm hoping that they find something that's easy and you'll feel much better quickly.
Yeah, I asked him, you know, what is he thinking? You know, of course, he hasn't looked in there, and he listed off. He goes, well, let's just say 5 things. He goes, you know, these are 5 things that we can really knock off the list right off the bat going down there. And, you know, to me, those were kind of like I call them semi-manageable, but, you know, no telling what they're going to find. But it's, you know, what little I have read and talked to other people, I hope it's, I'm not throwing up blood or coughing up blood and stuff like that, and stools are the right color, not to get gross, but that's just the way it is. And so I'm hoping it's an ulcer, because I guess if you had an ulcer, then they gave you antibiotics for H. pylori. Is that correct? This is KHCGS.
Well, probably depends what kind of ulcer you got. They may give you, they just may tell you to say, okay, we're going to give you some medicines today, and in the future, every day, we want you to take the equivalent of like a Prilosec to keep your acids down. And, you know, that's what I do. I've been doing that for years now. And I've had to go back in and get additional checkups, you know, where they stick the scope down you. And it was coincidental that I had to have an endoscope about the same time it was time to get a look up the other area. But if it's an ulcer, there's a million things they can do to treat it, and that can make you feel great. And my fingers are crossed for you, pal.
Yeah, I'm hoping to cross my fingers on this one, too. Yeah, in January, when I was complaining to them about how long it's going to take, they did put me on a prescription, full dose of, you know, antacid stuff, that if you have an ulcer, you're going to eat that stuff. And I've been on that stuff for 3 months, and it hasn't. It probably helps it a little bit. At least you're not in an emergency room, but you really can't eat just because of the pain. Anyway, enough talk about this. Is almost like politics. Enough of my problems. So I'm looking forward to it. I'm just not looking forward to getting up at 5. And my poor neighbor, you know, somebody has to be there for the 2 hours, and they're not allowed to leave the lobby. They have to stay there. They're responsible for you, I guess. KHCGS.
These are the good neighbors that have been helping you out, correct?
Yeah, there's just no way I could. I mean, in my will, I'm putting some stuff in there for them they don't know. And, you know, they bought this boat, and they don't really know a lot about electronics, so I did it, and then I, you know, sent them a card and said, you know, happy present. So I'm doing all their boat as far as electronics, and as soon as my stomach gets fixed, I'll install it. I just can't bend over without hurting it.
I'm so sorry to hear that. I know you're going to get better, but here's what I want your friends to do tomorrow. Be sure to tell them that when you come out of recovery, as soon as you get back to the room, they got to videotape how goofy you are, and then send us all the video, okay?
I could do that without the drugs.
I know, pal. I just, hey, I know you're Mr. Nature Boy by heart, and this stuff is, you're just an uncomfortable human being going through the stuff you're going through, and I get it. You know, remember, I used to be the one-arm push-up guy, and it's a little more difficult these days, but, hey, it's an adventure, isn't it?
Yeah, but you know, Sam, I shouldn't be complaining. I mean, I couldn't have gone through what you went through. It's like you're my hero in that respect. It's just amazing.
Well, I appreciate that, but I think you're doing pretty good because you've got a lot of stuff going on, and I think really part of it is keep the attitude right. My motto was I'm going to be logically optimistic from the very first day I found out that I had trouble. the nurses were trying to get me, rah, you're going to beat all this. I go, hey, wipe all that stuff off that whiteboard on the wall there. Write down logically optimistic. I've seen what rah can do. It doesn't, it's okay to have a good attitude, but you got to back it up with good info. So be logically optimistic, get all the info you can the right way, and that's what we need. And we roll with the punches with whatever we get, and life is an adventure. We're not the boss of it, man, but, hey, we're still talking, pal.
Roger that. That's for sure. And thank God for that. So anyway, Sam, I'll let you go. Actually, I'm going to go eat half of it. Xanax. It's just a pain pill. I'll talk to you later on, buddy. KHCGS.
Xanax are really good. See you, brother. KHCGS, NHUI. I heard a contact out there.
Yeah, Greg, you still there?
Yes, I am.
Okay, yeah. TD9FJIR on this end. Would you mind if I pray for you, Greg?
RUR, Cherry coming your way, then turn it back to Mark KB8SW. We'll go around that way this time. Go ahead, Cherry, W8VS.
Yeah, okay, Rich, W8VS, W8RUR. We were running about 500 watts, but my dipole, I think, is